Hi guys, I was thinking I still have time. So I was just discussing out there. Anyway, I'm still early. It's punctual. Like Italian says. I am here like exactly 6 p.m. So it's not that bad at all. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Let me share this link for anyone that wants to join me here. Share screen. No. If you are here, please say hi, okay? Say hello, hello, hello. Trying to share this link because I have a guest today that will be joining us today. Um, I want to see if I can pin this. Put user in timeout now. Okay. If you're here, say hello, 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 hello. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I think I need to be getting a new ring light because I hope you guys can hear me. Because this ring light, I don't really like it. It's not giving me what I want. I made a mistake buying small ring light instead of buying bigger one that broke. I actually had big one, but I broke it. This is why I stopped cleaning video on my channel because cleaning video broke my big ring lights. So since then I haven't got time to get another one. So but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it definitely. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? If you are here, please say hi. Say hi. So today I have a guest that will be talking about life in Italy. She'll be also talking about how to get your Italian citizen, the process because she's married to black, she's not married to Italian. So a lot of you might relate to her, her experience of the journey from when she relocated to Italy and start working, went to school, and now Italian citizen. Okay, so she'll be telling you guys all about that today on this live chat. And any of you that wants to come up here to also join the live, you know, to talk about your experience or the problem you're facing living in Italy as an immigrant, you are so free to join here. All you need to do is to click the link and you will be on the screen with me, like you'll be here with me. It's not me interpreting what you said. You'll be speaking to us and telling us how you immigrated from your country. It doesn't have to be Nigerian. This is not only Nigerian, this is international. So you can always come here to tell us your experience living in Italy or your challenges, because maybe you are facing challenges in one or two things and while talking about it, someone that might have gone through that will, give you some easy way to, sort out the whole stuff if you are facing some problems or some challenges related to documents and the rest. Hi, Lady King. Ciao, cara mia, come stai? Buona domenica. Tutto bene? So I that is what this life is. I dedicated this life here for, not just talking about me, but looking for people that will impact on every one of us life. Nobody know what we are going through. Everybody goes through the same thing, and I'm planning also to extend it not only the immigrant but or life in Italy, but also personal life, like your personal experience. Like, hey Cindy, thank you sis for joining me. Like this Cindy here, she's a British citizen, and I will love that. I'm going to be saying it here, but I will talk to her privately to see if she can come up here one day to tell us how she migrated to UK and her experience and the challenges being a mom and uh, you know being a working mom, student, and what give her the energy to do all she has been doing because she's amazing. She's a motivational speaker. She encourage people, she push people and others. Ciao Gaetano, come stai? Buona domenica. Come stai? Tutto bene? So I'm looking at the screen while I'm waiting. So today, guys, of course, she will be coming later, Janet. She's going to be telling us about her experience living in Italy and getting to her citizenship as well. Ciao, Fili! Come stai? Buona domenica, cara mia. Come stai? Tutto bene? Eh? So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you so much for joining this live today. And also, before this live start, I want to say something about we are in summer right now, and I'm not going to be promising. Of course, I will be consistent with my live chat here, but it might not be as it used to be when we are on lockdown. I don't know. I don't really have a schedule, and that is also because the nobody knows when the weather is going to be good and when the weather is going to be bad. Okay, so I might not be coming live or every Sunday like I used to, because hello, Crystal. Hello, thank you for joining. That would be nice, as I believe it will help others out there. I will reach out on IG for a date. Okay, sis, thank you so much for accepting. Even if I didn't give you time to think about it, thank you so much for accepting to do this for us, because I know that it's not only people living in Italy that need to hear about immigrating to another country. You know, um, people also need to hear other people's story, to learn, because I've discovered that people learn from real life stories and not just make up stuff or what someone heard. People love to relate to people personally, your story, your journey, and everything. So thank you so much, Cindy, for accepting this. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, so how have you been? Getano, come stai? Lady King, I've gone through all the documents you sent to me. That is long, my mamia. That is long. It's something we have to discuss on phone. Okay, so but your plan is a good idea. And if you have anything you want to share here, you can always come up on the screen to share that with us. Okay, so yes. um Billy, how is school? Come sta a scuola? Tutto bene? I haven't seen you here for like for weeks now. I hope you are okay, or you're just enjoying the summer. I understand. We are. I don't know if Napoli is still on lockdown. I'm not sure. I think Napoli is on yellow zone, to where you can move around the city and all that. So I'm not sure if they are on lockdown there. You people are on lockdown in Napoli. I'm not sure. Or are you people in a zone? Zona arancione, perché non ho capito più questa zona, non ho capito niente. Non ho capito niente. So how is it going? Lady King, in case if you want to be here, let me know, okay? In case if you have something that you want to share, let me know. The same as every one of you. If you have anything you want to share while we wait for Janet, I can't see anything. You can't see anything. Is that true? Is that true? You can't see me. I'm trying to watch. I, please, if you can't see me, please let me know. Greetings, host. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, there. Which kind 1 hour? Why would they put that 1 hour for somebody to watch? It's even one out of 250. Mamma mia, it's 1 hour. It's like 1 hour. Love and Francis, love Frank. It's like 1 hour. My God, why would they do that? Are they trying you? It's clear. I can see you. Okay, maybe you have to refresh your computer, Gitano, for to be able to see. Honestly, I was shocked. I was like, "What is this?" What? I now look at the second. I like 50. What? Eh? Why would they put something like that for people to just sit there? It's like a movie now. It's like you watching a movie on Netflix or on YouTube or anywhere, any channel at all. It's like watching a movie. No, but actually, it interests some people. A lot of people like watching it. I think that is a complete series of something on YouTube. So they paid for the ads to place it on people's, videos and all that. But it's freaking long. Oh my God. So, Nekekime, Kedo, Kekime. Yes, yes, you can always be here. Hi everyone, happy Sunday. So I hope everyone is seeing the link. I'm trying to get the link pinned at the comment section. Let me switch this thing. Let me switch channel to be able to do. Okay. Maybe NEPA no day. NEPA. This man, I need to catapult you to Nigeria. I need to catapult you to Nigeria. So you go Nigeria, go speak that maybe NEPA no day. You need to go to Nigeria to speak that maybe NEPA no day. You need to go Nigeria, go speak up. Which one be maybe NEPA no day? Eh? Which one be that one? Because you say maybe NEPA no day. I think your computer, you need to refresh your computer to be able to see the live. So Janet is going to be joining us here. Maybe she will be running late, and as excuse me, guys. For time being, you can always share the live, please, and give it a thumbs up. And you can always come up here, okay? Let's start from here until she joins us, okay? We can start from where we are until she joins us, okay? So yeah, I just pinned the link at the comment section for anyone that wants to be up here. So how is live around right now? Okay, now I can see you. It can see you. Autocorrect is much. Now it can see you better. Yes, now I can see you too. What's the host gist today? Hi sis, today is about us sharing. You can also come up here while we were waiting for Jane, because I know that you immigrated from Nigeria to the United States. It's like sharing your story, your immigration story, the one you are comfortable of sharing with us, for people to learn and for people to know what to prepare for before moving around. Those things, those important aspects of documents and your life, the changes you experience, everything. That is what today's live. I'm going to Jane is coming, and anybody that wants to be up here can always come up here. So let me start with mine. Of course, I know most of you will not relate with mine because of you say, okay, I married to Italian. I have made a couple of videos about it. How I immigrated. I don't know if I made a couple of videos about it. I think it's just one plain video, edited video, or something like that. I think that is what I did. So now it's like me now that I'm married to my husband. Like I married to my husband we got married in Nigeria and not in Italy. That was because I was waiting for I was here in Italy for a vacation with my so I already applied for the, I don't know what they call it again, singlehood certificate to be legalized. So it was not forthcoming. I didn't know, I don't then Italian embassy in Nigeria wasn't working. Right now they are working better than what they were doing 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years ago. Then they weren't working well, so it was very difficult for them to get it out. So we couldn't wait. Was like, I think it's best my husband comes down, visit Nigeria and let's get everything done back home. And I'm happy that he visited Nigeria, because if we had, he would have traveled still. But if we have married here, my family wouldn't have got to, have the time to meet him and all that. So he came he came down to Nigeria for the traditional marriage and the court wedding. So we not yet church wedding, but I want to do church wedding because I'm a Catholic, and it's one of my, if you know, you know, I still want to do it. Okay, we are planning of doing it before COVID started. I know, yeah, 7 years married, but we have not wedded in the church, but it's okay as well. So we'll still do it. But we are married legally. We are married. Okay, so yeah, we did everything in Nigeria. So I also talked about the documents to bring here when you are moving after your wedding, if you are the type that did the wedding in Nigeria, and I have a video somewhere like that. So that is what today's topic is all about. The documents to bring and the changes that you experience um, when you relocate. And me, I will not say that I experienced much changes because my first time in Italy was 2012, and I finally moved to Italy 2014. So I've been, coming and going. I've got to know some of the things that is happening in Italy. The lifestyle, the food, and everything. Even if I didn't get to, I wasn't used to it that much, but I know the ground rules about living in Italy then and everything. So that is what this life today is all about. So Jane today, if she come up here later, she will be talking about her experience, because I know most people will relate more on her experience, because she came in here alone. She went to school. She started working, and I don't know how many years. I think about 10 years is she worked before applying for her citizenship and everything. So she's going to be coming up here. Maybe she's busy right now to talk about it. So, but for me, I know the first thing I told people to do when if your husband, I think that is, if your husband is here, like Love Francis, I don't know if she will come here because she had experience on that aspect, black to black. I don't know if she will be free to share with us. I didn't actually chat to her. I didn't thought about it. Okay. I didn't thought of her. I only thought about Janet. Okay. So those process you take, because I got to know that it's not the same. The process, the immigration process are not the same. The documents are not the same. Oh, Janet is finally here. So Janet, I left the link at the comment section. Okay. So it's not the same, because when I was talking to the Francis, I got to know that most people, their residents were given with under their husband's name. So here I'm going to be talking about the differences, if that is correct. Okay, so according to her, it was her ex that gave her resident permit. So because of that, she didn't have to get her. Nne will be listening in the background doing my assignment. No problem, Nne, no problem at all. So in her case, they did not require her birth certificate to give her documents, her resident permit. But if you are married to Italian like me, my birth certificate was requested before I had to legalize my birth certificate before they gave me my resident permit. Hey, ne, Shashai woman. Shashai baby, hello Martina. Hi Martina, welcome here. Juliet, welcome. Please start sharing that your muffin cake for us. We are ready. Let me small. Not be small. Then it's just clean us with food. Me, I don't get strength to cook at the moment. I still have food to edit, but it's still not. I don't know. Everything is just storing on my camera because I don't know. Anyway, I will have some break soon to get back to full time use today before I now slash out again. So Janet, welcome today. Janet is my sister. Janet, now my mama place. Nice. I keep saying it because when you meet one of your
Hi.
friends. So you're
Yeah, good
welcome.
evening. I just want, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Nah, whenever I see myself on video, this my Chinese eye. Oh my God.
You know that
Ah,
I'm not really a mellow, but sorry guys if I'm speaking Igbo sometimes because Janet is my sister, so sometimes I interact with her in Igbo language. I'm not really a man that now. Ndị Nnamdi na-enwe data anya cat Chinese eye.
no, not all of them. Oh, not all of them.
My mother's youngest sister, the lady, my auntie, her eye is like this. Honestly, Christina, come over here. My
Honestly,
mom's younger sister's eye is not like your own, like down like this, but you can see this the similarity when you look at her. I don't know, and most of now the people has this eye that had this Chinese eye. I don't know where it come from. And my grandmother was as fair as Christina. I am fair in complexion. Of course, this computer is not showing my real skin, but my grandmother is fairer, is more, how would I put it? Is fair, very fair in complexion, my grandmom. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost miss getting in.
Yeah, it's true. Even up to today, if you see most of my cousins, you would think they are white children, but they are not white. It's just like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cases like that in Nando. I don't know why. I don't know. In fact, me and my cousin was saying we're going to investigate our grandmother if she was to be alive. Oh my god, sorry guys, we had to go deep into some conversation. Anyway, so today Janet is here to, tell us the journey, the immigration journey and everything, the one she's comfortable of sharing, okay? The things to do and how to start, the solid foundation when you immigrated from your country to another country. Okay, so with patience, because everything she does, she did it with patience. This is why she's where she is today. Nne, I applaud you. Try well, my sister. Not honestly, you're a role model to a lot of
Uh,
people. Sharing your experience will help people to, those people that think that everything is about money or making it immediately you immigrated to Europe or Italy or other country, they will slow down a bit to know that there is more to life than money. It's better to
yeah,
build a solid foundation than when you have a plot of land or acres of land, you just start and lay foundation just because you want to build fast. That kind of house, when the wind come, it's just or rain, just take everything down. But when your foundation is solid, no matter what, you stand stable, no matter the obstacle that might come along the way. So thank you for accepting to share this. I know it's personal, but thank you for accepting to share it. Okay. So
yeah,
over to you.
yeah. Thank you very much for having me on your channel. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Happy Sun. Oh my God. Happy Sunday to everyone. Yeah. So my journey started. I came to Italy 2000 ending of 2004. I entered this country through a friend or a gay friend.
That's
But the
amazing.
story the story later turned to something else, which maybe in the future I'm going to share the
It's okay.
story, but
It's
not
okay.
now.
You don't have to share the story now.
So, like I said, I entered Italy ending of 2004, and
Mm-hmm.
luckily for me, I was lucky to come across this Reverend sister.
Okay.
Even up to today, I still communicate with that Reverend sister because
That's amazing.
she's someone that is so dear to my heart. Hmm?
Mm.
She's so dear to my heart. I don't know what happened, but among everybody that was at her house that time, I don't know. She said that there is something she saw in me that make her believe so much in me. Apart from believing in myself, when you know that there is somebody that believes in you, my dear, you will
Yeah,
do everything possible to make that person happy.
it's
And
true.
that is the kind of person that I am. So, like I said, my journey started 2004 stroke 2005. So when I came to this country called Italy, the first thing this woman told me to do was attend the evening classes.
Wow.
So at first I wasn't really happy
Into
because
school.
yeah,
Yeah.
the language was something else. So, but
Yeah. I can relate.
as time goes on, you see that you are enjoying yourself. You are enjoying yourself, and then the people that were teaching us then, they had a lot of. They are not paying them. Oh, it's just people that volunteered themselves to be teaching
Yeah.
foreigners, that is immigrants, every evening. So, and when you sit down, you look at yourself and say, this person, they did not pay this person to teach me. The person is coming to teach me, and you that you are supposed to learn. You are saying that you don't want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I volunteered myself and I went to that school. Like I said earlier, I mentioned it in your last video. Most of people that went to that evening class, all of them dropped, saying that they did not come to Italy to look for money. But I made sure that I finished that 6 month course. I
Wow.
finished that 6 months course, collected my diploma that they issued to me, and luckily that diploma really helped me because everything I was doing in this country, they were requesting for you must have maybe licenza media or any
Mm-hmm.
certificates that you get from your country. And
Mm-hmm.
knowing myself that in Nigeria now, your girl no go school, so I don't get any diploma. I don't go school, so I beg that one. A story for another day. So
Yeah,
this particular
exactly.
diploma,
Let's leave that one for another day.
this particular diploma that they give me at Cassetta. I was in Cassetta then downtown.
Okay.
So this diploma really helped me to do everything I wanted to do. If you want to go and submit your permesso di soggiorno e costura, especially when
Mhm.
I put in for Carta Soggiorno,
Yeah.
they demanded for this certificate. Then after 10 years of my stay in Italy,
Mm.
and luckily, I am the type that I don't like changing. That is city to city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where I collected that diploma, I stayed just almost 2 years there, and then I came down to this Padova. And in Padova, I've been here since
Wow.
2007. Since 2007, I've been here. So when I clocked 10 years now, when my residence clocked 10 years, I knew I was supposed to put in for Italian citizenship. But I waited extra 2 years because I was saying to myself, I was still contemplating if I needed the citizenship or not. At the time, I said to myself, you have children here, even if you don't want it, you
Yeah.
need to settle your children.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Smart
settle your
move.
children. Yeah, so
Smart move.
after 12 years of stay here in Italy, I put in, though people were, our people now, that's why it's not
Yeah.
good to listen to people. They were there saying, you want to put in, it's a lot of money.
Hmm.
When you want to do anything there, even if you want to listen to people, don't go to our Nigerian people because they will confuse your brain.
They think everything is about money.
They
Some
will
of them.
confuse your brain. So after 12 years, I went straight to Questura
Yeah.
to ask them, what if somebody wants to put in for Italian citizenship? What and what is requested? So they listed everything they listed down everything, which is you have to have 10 years residence.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will have to have at least the three last code. You need three code.
What is trickle?
The code now your annual income. You have to have
Ah,
three
yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I didn't know about it because I haven't worked in Italy. Sorry.
So you have to have three code and 10 years residence. Luckily now, since I started work 2006. I
Mm.
started working 2006 and up to date. Glory be to God, I'm still working. So
Yeah, thank
for
God
that
for
for
that.
that aspect, I didn't have any problem. So I provided all these things, but the thing that I would say that is more difficult is the people that will help you to process the thing in your own country, because they will also ask you to provide a criminal case if you have criminal case in your
If
country.
I've known, I will have helped you with that. I'm a professional on that
Okay.
aspect. So anybody that wants to do
Okay,
it
no,
can
no
contact
problem, no
me.
problem.
When you want to do it
So
again, you can always let me know. I know people.
okay. So they also requested that I should provide a criminal case if I
Yeah.
had any criminal record in my
Police
country.
fingerprints.
So yeah, so that one really got me because at first I didn't know anybody. So
Oh,
I
I
later came
didn't
I later
know.
came across somebody that already had his own Italian document. So
Mm.
the person introduced me to the woman who is always helping people out on this. And this is the only place I know you can spend money, because I remember during my
Yeah, you
time
can. Yeah.
I spent she charged 240,000 naira.
Well, she charged you too much. Only for to do
240,000
everything for
naira.
you, to do everything complete for you.
Yes, but the only thing there was that I didn't have to go to Nigeria because you have to
Yeah, I
represent
know.
yourself
No,
now. I didn't have
I
to go
know
to
how it
Nigeria. So
works. I know how it
yeah,
works.
so I sent my mom's brother to go and represent me.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so and the funny thing again is that this criminal offense the Italian government is asking from Nigeria is very funny because
Very, very funny.
in
I
Nigeria
found it
today,
funny
who know
too.
me? In
I
Nigeria
found it
today, who
funny
know me?
too.
Nobody knows
Yeah.
me. Nobody know me in Nigeria. So why would they even write something like that on a piece of paper? Eh?
It's what they do because do you know that has a expiring date? After 6 months, you will redo it again. Like I did mine twice. I didn't know. I had to legalize everything on my first year in Italy, not knowing that it has expiring date, even if it's legalized. So
Yeah.
the first one I legalized with the certificate, like my birth certificate, my marriage certificate that I got my residency with. I use it to apply for my citizenship after 2 years of living in Italy. So the questura sent it back that it have expired, that I have to redo it. So thank God, luckily for me, I had connections. I have some people that works in the office, so I had to call them. I know I spent money, but I had to do it that way. People that did it for me before, I had to do it again, and send it to Italian embassy, because the process is just alarming. Like, I know from the scratch, the process from getting it, not only that, you have to get other document that is connected with them. Then after that, you take it to foreign affair. Foreign affair will stamp it, and you take it to another office that will translate it, because it's not every office is that translate Italian documents. You think it is every
Yeah,
office?
yeah. So
No, they have
yes.
Italian office.
Yeah, so to me that is nonsense, because you can't spend a heavy
At the
amount of
same,
money, and
me
and
too.
they will give you just 3 months. Mine was 3 months. So my own was just 3 months to expire. They write it after 90 days. It has expired,
Wow.
and luckily for me, I was able to do everything within that 90 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was able to do everything before the paper expired. I submitted everything, and to post the everything that you got from Nigeria, to post it, everything, including the code, everything you have to pay. I paid a 200 euro. Yeah, I think so. I paid 200 euro just
So
for me to
questura,
post everything. Yeah. So, and
I think
this
I
is
paid the
about
same amount.
yeah. This is 2017.
Okay.
I put in November 2017. I put in. So it's roughly 4 years. And since I just put in, I've never been to Kosura. I wanted to ask them how far, because I
No.
knew it was 2 years.
Yeah.
When I submitted, they told me it's 2 years. But along the line, now Salvini came in and spoiled everything.
My brother Sabine. Fratello mio.
Salvini came in and spoiled everything and turned it to 4 years. So I was there waiting now. I was there just waiting until I think about last 2 months they called me to come, and I didn't even do anything. They just called me. I was just here reading my phone. I saw a message. They said they have issued you Italian citizenship. I was like, I didn't understand it at first place. I called my daughter and she explained everything to me. After 2 days, I got another call from Commune saying that they want me in Commune, that I should bring all my documents and that I am now in Italian. I said, okay, thank you very much. So becoming an Italian citizen is not really that. It's not that hard. The only thing hard there, I can say for myself, is that this 10 years residence is very, very important, because I knew a friend from oh my God, what is this place? Cotonou.
Yeah.
He's been in Italy for over 30 years. This guy has been
Wow.
in Italy for over 30 years. I got mine before him, and he put in over, let me just say, 7 years ago.
Wow.
7 years ago. And the reason why his own took this long is because the guy because of work now, if you still work from Radio Emilia, he will go and change residence. If
Yeah.
you see another,
Yeah.
maybe that
Yeah.
work finish, he will transfer to another place and change residence. So this thing really
Yeah.
affected him. When he went to Costura, they explained to him that when you keep changing region to region, it also affects the process. But some
This
people
is
didn't know about
important.
this. So
This
many
is
people don't know
important.
about this. Yeah, many people
Thank you
don't
for
know.
letting us know about it, because this is very, very important, Janet. This is
Yeah.
important, because even me, I
So
don't know about it.
many people don't know about it until this guy went to Costura and explained everything to him. That when you leave your region that you've been for so long, then you go and change residence to another region, the thing is going to delay the process. It's going to delay it. So,
Wow. Wow.
okay.
This is important. It's important to
Yeah.
know. Thank you so much for this information. This is
Yeah.
why
Then
I want
people,
people to come and tell their story, because
yeah.
people learn. We learn.
Another thing people need to know is that after putting in for Italian citizenship, don't sit down and say, yes, I have put in. Maybe, for example, you are working and all of a sudden your work stopped. You have to hustle for another job. You need to start looking for another job immediately, because once you stop, because once you put in this maybe 4 or 5 years that you are waiting, they must see that you are working. They must see that you are working. And for that years that you put in, you must not commit any offense, no criminal offense. Because once you commit anything that affects, that to make, let me just say, you might commit, maybe you collect, some people just collect muta, they think it's small thing. All those things, they are even looking at all those
Muta
things.
is one of the biggest
maybe you are there accumulating debts again. You are there accumulating debt. I've seen so many people that when they went to collect, they are due for the collection of their passport. But when they get there, they told them that you have to pay this amount of money. You are owing our staff to this amount of money. You have to clear your debts. When you clear your debts, then you come and collect it.
You are getting to ask, how long have you lived in Caserta, and now where do you live? Where do you live now?
Okay, Caserta, I stayed about roughly 2 years. Okay. And now I live in Padova. I've been in Padova for, let me say, almost 14 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your first residency was
it was in Caserta, yes. It was in Caserta.
Oh, that
it was in Caserta. And I remember then, another thing I was forgetting, I remember then when I wanted to put in there, demanded for all the places that you lived in, you have to provide a certificate of residential story, could they call it here now? So you have to provide it. Luckily, I called this Reverend sister that I'm talking about, so she forwarded me the paper. I didn't need to spend 100 and something euro entering train from here to Napoli. So so that's another important issue. That is why it is good for you to just be, even if you want to be moving around, let it not be more than 2 regions. And don't have like maybe 5 from 5 upward, because it's going to be very, very difficult.
Martina, she's not saying that residency are fair. What she explained is what she just explained right now. Like if I'm living in Desio and I move from Desio to Serenio and take my residency from Desio to Serenio, that is what she meant. Or after 2 years living in Serenio, I moved from Serenio, of course, okay, let's say Serenio and Desio has the same provincia, which is Provincia di Monza Brianza. So maybe I live in Serenio, I took residence to Serenio. Then from Serenio, I took my residence to Provincia di Bergamo. Then from another 2 years, I took it from Bergamo to another provincia.
Yes. For example, now I stayed in Padova. I can change my residence within the Padova. As far as I'm still in the same provincia, it doesn't change anything.
Yes.
As far as I'm still in the same provincia, it doesn't change anything. Where it changes thing is that when you move from Padova, like from Padova to Torino, or from Torino to Milano, because those are different regions entirely.
Yes, and they don't communicate with each other. That is one thing I discovered in Italy.
Yes.
So you have a lot of paperwork to do when you move from one provincia to another provincia, and you continue doing that, like constantly doing that because of work. It's going to affect, because they have to gather all the data, all your movements, all your work data. They have to gather it to be able to calculate it to give it to you. So she's right.
Exactly. Because this man from Cotonou that I'm talking about, the guy was so worried. He was like, everybody's collecting passports, and I put him before them. Until he went to Questura and they narrated everything to him. They say you keep changing residence, and the guy I have to change residence because my work finished. I didn't see work in this region. I have to go to another region, and I have to change residence. So that was what they told him. For you to have it fast, you must stay in the same region, or the same region, not even province, the same region. Once you keep changing, the thing is going to slow the thing, because if you move from Padova, they are going to stop. They are going to stop processing it, because they know that you are no longer there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
that's true.
So
you
for
have
me,
a question. Gaetano say, have you noticed any difference between North and South Italy?
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I used to love South Italy so much. I used to love it. Why? Because number one is food. Food.
Food that's like us.
Oh my God. Those people,
Foodie.
oh my God, during festive season like this, hey,
Oh.
you start eating from the a day
Hmm.
before. You start eating from a day before. They don't joke with food though.
They
Then
don't.
number two, the second thing I love about South is that house is very, very cheap there.
Yeah, that's true.
Houses are cheap. You can see like 5 bedroom flat, 4 bedroom flat for 300 euro. Come to this part of now. Come to this part of and look for a 4 bedroom flat. You see how much they're costing.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, yeah. But the only thing I don't like down there is that there is no work.
Yeah, that is why there are
No
a lot of
work.
people migrating from the south to North Italy.
No work. And
That's
that
true.
was the reason why I left. I left
Mm-hmm.
mainly because there was no work.
Yeah.
Apart from work, I think I prefer downtown. I
Yeah.
prefer downtown.
Lady King is telling you congratulations. God bless you,
Thank
Janet.
you. Thank you so much.
So, what is your advice to people that is migrating or people that are here already looking, what is your long-term advice? Because you've been here for a long time and you've achieved so many things. Riches is not
Oh,
part of it. Of course, richness is part of achievement, but you've achieved so many things, with your family, having a family and having everything. Thank God, because we cannot achieve anything without God. But what is your
yeah.
advice to people that are coming up?
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe I'm here for more than, let me say, 60 years now. I can't believe it's like yesterday. It's like yesterday. So my advice for people is that we all know that we left Nigeria to better our lives. So
Yeah.
it baffles me when I see people that left Nigeria knowing their condition and they get here and keep misbehaving and still behave as if they are still in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that we all started together, if I tell you that they are starting afresh today, it's very,
My
very
God.
bad that we entered the same time and you see those people struggling to even get an ordinary kata sojourner.
My God.
So
And
most
they
of
blame
them
the
today,
government.
most of them today, they are regretting because some of them do come to me and say, "Oh, I wish I know. I would have followed you and studied the time you are studying." Most of them are going back to school after 15 years of in Italy, after 15 years of stay in Italy, which is very, very bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
So my advice for people is that I know that it's not easy to understand Italian language, but let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
Italian language is one of the most easiest language. That's if you are willing to learn it to,
It's true.
if you are willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is that because I still see many people here, they are here, but you can hardly see them watch Italian program. They are always on Nigerian movie. Nigerian, Nigerian movie. Television is one of those things that also helped me to learn this language because, like I said, I only attended 6 months school, just 6 months, not more than that, 6 months. So after the 6 months now, it's not that I know, even up to now, I'm not saying that I'm so perfect in Italian language because
Yeah.
there are
No, we never
some,
stop learning. No,
yeah,
it's
there are
one
some that
thing.
I will see, there are some things that I will see today, I will say, what is this?
Yeah.
But studying is very, very important because it's going to help you, especially if you are planning to have a family here.
Mm-hmm.
If you are planning to have a family here, this language is very, very important. One, because
Mm-hmm.
your children need it and you have to be there for their homeworks. You can't
That's
be
true.
carrying homework here and there looking for someone to help you.
Yeah.
So the language is very, very important. And for those of you that are willing to, maybe if you know you want to apply for Italian citizenship later on, my advice for you is make sure you keep working. And after you might have applied for the citizenship, don't stop working because once you stop working, you will be there wondering what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
They have to know that you are working and
Yeah.
contributing to this country.
Yeah.
And while you apply for this citizenship, make sure that you do not commit any offense.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you commit simple offense like this, they are going to take everything down. They're not giving you
Yeah.
anything.
This is
Okay, so
this is nice.
that is it.
Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you so much. Like I have learned one or two things on your story. I know that Martina said that you can move there. Martina, yes, you can move. Okay, but like she said, she's not saying it's going to. But if you don't know how to change your residence, it will affect it. So this is what we are trying to explain here. Of course, my
Yeah,
husband was living in Milan, in this region, without changing his residency. His residency was still in Barry. Everything was still going to Barry. Whenever
yeah,
everything he's doing, his letter, his tax, everything, moved to everything was still going to Barry. But he could live in this city, okay? But when we got married, and he can't, of course, he left it there because he has his family there. This is why everything was still going there. Because when
yeah,
everything you do, they will check your where are you, your residence, where you put as your home residence, including my marriage certificate, wasn't sent to Lombardia. It was sent to Barry because that is where my husband's residence is. They are the one
yes,
that
yes.
process it. You can do it that way. But what if you don't have somebody that will be, taking those things from you over there?
Yeah, yeah. That is it. That is
What if you
another
don't
thing.
have somebody that will be taking your letter, somebody that will be taking your stuff over there? What if you don't have any house that will take you back there? So it's different. This is why most of the people, if you don't have anybody when you were living in South Italy, if you don't have anybody to take your letter, and because as long as your residence is there, any communication that you're doing with the government is going to be addressed to the place you have your residency on. This is how Italy works. Remember, I'm married to an Italian man, so I know most of the things. My husband was once a resident in his country, in his hometown, South Italy. Every letter was going to that place, even as he's living here. But every letter was going there until my husband changed his residency with me this at the same time. After I got my resident permit here, we changed our residency to Desio.
Okay, yeah, Tessy, let me say something that I forgot to say.
Okay.
Because when I after 2 years that I submitted my citizenship application to Questura.
Okay.
Yeah, after 2 years, I remembered I changed. That is, I transferred from the house I was living to before to another house. But I was still in the same commune. Are you
Okay.
hearing me?
Yeah.
I was still in the same commune. I just moved about, let me just say, about 12 minutes drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed house. I have to go to Questura to communicate and give them the new address.
Yes, exactly.
So when I got there, the man was telling me that you did the right thing by coming to tell us that you changed house. It's very, very important. So
Yes, it's very, very
even when you
important.
are
Yes.
still living in the same commune, but it happens that you change house, maybe from street to another street.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
also have to communicate this to Questura.
Yeah, I know because I did the same thing. I did the same thing
Okay.
because the house where we are living right now is not the house that I was when I got my resident permit. Okay, we're living
Okay.
in the same house, but the same city.
Yeah.
The first house we are living when I got my resident permit. The moment we changed house, we had to go back to the commune. Of course, it's the same city. We went back
Yeah.
to the commune with the residence, with my address of where I am living right now. Even when you go to
Yes.
post office, my address is still, my first address is still bearing. I still have a document that bear Brescia then, because that was my first address. That was where I was when I got pregnant for Cosimo. Even when I was doing the whole process, when we moved the house, even in the hospital, they always ask me then, is it via Brescia or the new address where I'm living? So I told them that we've moved from via Brescia to this new address because we are still living in the same city. You always have to go to communicate with the commune, your new address. You don't have to move and forget everything. It's important you go to communicate with them for them to change it
Yeah.
in their system that you've moved from the old
Yeah.
house to the new house. That is, I did that as well.
Yeah, because I remember the man was telling me that many people don't do this, and for that reason, it makes even their passport to stay even more longer than they expected. So it's very, very important in communicating. If you change, even if it's just 5 minutes walk, But as long as the street is no longer the same, you have to
Yeah.
communicate.
And the number, at the number, because that number is very important. That their civic number is very, very important. So I don't
Yeah.
know the how our people change addresses, but I know this because I have changed address here in Italy. And talking about residency, of course, you can leave your residence in your old resident that is not the same region as you're living right now. So, Martina, if you want to explain, if you want to enlighten us more about this resident that you are insisting on, you can always come up here using the link I pin at the comment section to come, because I know about the resident stuff. Because okay, my husband is Italian, but his residence was back in in South Italy, but he was still living here. I also know friends, Italians, that did the same thing, but eventually changed their residency here right now. Of course, if you change address, you will definitely, even if you live in the same commune or not, you always need to go back to the same the commune, the offices,
Yeah,
communicate your address.
this Cotonou man that I'm talking about, he collected his passport, I think last month, and that's because where he is now, he's permanent there for about almost 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So that contributed to the passport coming out soon.
Yeah, because they don't know where they are living. You know, the government don't know if you are moving. And if you keep moving, can you imagine that even in the same city, two school in the same city don't know how they don't communicate with each other. Two school,
No.
I'm talking about two schools that in the same city, that are in the same city, they don't communicate with each other. So if you don't go to do the communication in a proper way in the commune, you will never you will mess up your data, because before they give you citizen or anything, they need to make sure that your data is updated, and you need to keep track of your data. But if you keep changing and having problem with your data and all that, you will keep having problem. So thank you. Welcome Martina here. So Janet, you can still stay up, okay?
Please, Sister Jen, let me just say this thing and leave now. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Please.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
The thing is that our people don't know how to change residence, and it affects you if you don't know how
Yeah.
to do it. If you want to change residence, you don't go to the old commune, you go to the new commune. But our people, they will go and withdraw their residence first, then they will go there. Immediately you withdraw your residence, you have cut like 2 years off the one you have. Like
But
you have
why would
stayed.
they go to withdraw their residence instead of them to go straight to the new commune to do the whole process? Why
Yes,
would they go
people do like
backward?
that. People do like that. They will go to the commune and say, please, I'm not living here.
Mamma mia.
Remove my name. They only need to go to the new one
It's
and
strange.
register. When you go to the new one will communicate with the old
Yeah,
one.
that is how
No
it's
matter
done.
where you are staying, even if it's the same region or not
Yeah.
the same region, or you're staying in Rome, you're staying in Veneto, they will communicate subito direct to your former resident, and they will take it straight, and it will still be counted. Because one of our people that wanted to put this thing the other time, this thing expired, his police report expired, because he thought he has been 10 years, but no, he did not complete it, because he withdrew his residence before going to the new residence to apply again. So when you withdraw it, they will cut off some years from the one that you have before, and you will start afresh. But when you go to the new one and apply, the new people, the commune will call the commune. They will just talk commune to commune, and they will transfer your resident, and it will be on the line, no confusion or no anything. But our people, most people don't know this. Most people take their residence, they take it before they go to new place, which is not correct. So that is it. And when you are changing residence like that, like you go to the new commune, you got work here, you get work here, and you go there to stay, to live and do your residence there, and you get work in another place, and you go there to do your residence with your new everything, doing it accordingly, it does not affect your anything, like anything, it doesn't affect it, because it's just one tap on your name and everything will come out. So but when you withdraw it, it will, even if it's just for a day, even if it's just for a minute, it will leave blanks, and then it will cause confusion. That is it. So people need to know how to do resident change residence, not even. And secondly, like Sister Janet is saying, when you do all those, even if from block to block, because we have even changed from block to block, house to house, just opposite us, you need to also go and communicate that, see, I have changed from number 7 to number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, and then they will change it immediately, because
Yeah.
if not, it will continue to read that number 7 on you.
Yeah.
So that is what I mean, that it doesn't affect you if you do it very well. But if you do not do it
Probably.
very well, it will affect you when you be thinking you are 10 years but you are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you go and do all those things in Nigeria, come back, they will tell you you are not up to date, and you will go back and everything will expire, because it have happened to somebody here. Okay, that is it.
Okay, because probably the guy did not explain to Janet that he withdrew his own, and this is other good information here, because probably I know a lot of people don't know about it. Like the guy made a mistake, and you, Martina, you say you know someone that have already made the same mistake. So this life will definitely have someone that don't know about this withdrawing, because probably they've gone to meet somebody that don't know anything, and the person tell them to go and withdraw their residence first before
Yes.
going to the new
Yes.
commune. Because this
Yeah.
is why it's always good to ask different people or people that have more experience. But I know most of our people, I'm not going to generalize, most of our people love to ask questions to the old ones that they think that they know better. And at the end of the day, those old ones, they will send them backward instead of, giving them the right information. And it's also good to, like, watch Italian news, do some research, and not just being in a, I know it's good to be in the midst of our people. Of course, it's good to mingle with our people. I'm not saying I'm not against it, but try to, get yourself involved with either the country people, the citizens, or someone that is a citizen that have lived here, someone that you will learn from, instead of getting information for someone that don't know anything about this country, even if the person has been living here for over 50 years or any amount. Someone that don't know anything, that don't want to know anything about the country, don't know anything. So thank you for that information, Martina. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, because people will learn from this as well, because most of them don't know. Of course, maybe the guy don't know. He kept withdrawing his resident, thinking that he's doing the right, not knowing that he's
Yeah.
not doing the right thing. And probably he didn't even explain to Janet that he withdraw and not change, because
Yes.
for their mind, they think they are changing, not knowing that they are withdrawing, and they don't know the consequences of withdrawing before changing. Instead of them to go to change to new commune, and new commune will communicate to the old commune, they went to withdraw first before changing, which is, it's kind of backward for me. It's kind of
Yes.
sending your own clock backward. That doesn't make sense. It's nothing to, it's nothing to keep to time. It will be taking you backward and not forward. So the information is quite good for people that, are into this. And thank you guys so much, because this is one of the reasons why I want to get people involved into this live chat, because imagine I don't know about this resident, because of course I haven't had experience or know someone that, but now anybody that come across this to watch this live video will learn from it, that don't withdraw your residence. Just go straight to the new commune and apply for residence, and they will communicate to the old commune about the whole thing. No, it's very interesting. Resident get importance, especially when you have to withdraw your life in Italy, since you arrived to apply for cittadinanza. And everything must be legal and official declared. Yeah, everything must be legal and official declared. This is why some people think it's expensive. And talking about that, at first, Janet, you made mention of some our people telling you it's expensive. Look, Italian documents might seem expensive, but it's not only Italian documents. I have seen people that have worked on British documents. Getting British passport is very, very expensive. So let nobody tell you that, oh, it's expensive, so therefore you will not go for it. There is no country, no, I haven't seen a country that their citizenship is not expensive. But if you know that, like Janet, she did the sacrifice, she made it for her kids. It's something that she wants to give to her kid. Now she's Italian citizen. Her kids will soon apply for Italian citizen, and they will become Italian citizen living in Italy. Okay, so It's a sacrifice you made not only for yourself, because even if tomorrow your kids don't want to live here, as Italian citizens, they are, it's easy for them to immigrate to whichever country they want to immigrate, because they were
Yeah,
born
yeah,
and brought up here.
yeah. You are not forced to pay the whole amount of money once, because during my own, I think I paid twice or thrice, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some don't like mingling with the locals. Some don't like mingling with the, but that is a bad stereotype. I know this whole thing is about stereotyping people, because I keep saying it that all Nigerians are not perfect. Okay, even Nigerians living in Nigerians, I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about living in Europe. Nigerians that haven't traveled out of Nigerians, Africans that haven't traveled out of Africans, Europeans that haven't traveled out of European, or Asians. Name the country. Nobody is perfect. You can never find a perfect country. This is why I kept saying that when it comes to politics, you can never find a perfect politicians. Politics that don't have opponents that don't like them. There is no perfect. This world is made up like this. Okay,
One thing,
so
another thing people have to understand is that, yeah, the people are saying Italy is not good, Italy is not good. Is it our country that is good? If you want a country to be good, you also need to help. I mean,
yeah,
contribute in making the country the way you want it to be. But our people here, they are just here collecting. They are not adding anything to the economy.
which is bad. That is very, very bad,
I
because
beg.
of course the reason why they want to see your long term of staying here is they want to know how much you've contributed to this country.
Yes, yes.
Because if they see that you've been contributing to the country, they don't have any reason to deny you of the benefits of being a
Yes.
citizenship. But if you are the type that came in here, you don't want to go, you will get a contract, you prefer to get paid with that government, no, narrow
No,
working.
honestly, our
It
Nigerian,
backfires when it comes to the
our
document issues.
our Nigerian men, our Nigerian people, they need to change their mentality. I know how many family that are that's left London now. They left here many years ago, running to London. Now they are coming back again because of this little money that the
Wait,
Italian government is planning to give on children now. Can you imagine?
it's not just that, because right
All
now this
they're
Brit
after is collecting. No, they are not contributing. And then tomorrow they will tell you Italy is no good, Italy is no good. Whereas you do not even contribute a dime one day. Ah, God.
it's really good. I'm really happy that I can dedicate most of my Sundays sitting down on computer talking about this and letting people, talk about their experience of living in Italy, talking about this, and we speaking out about this because it's our people. And if ndị was no so they are the one doing this, and other Nigerians that are innocent are the one receiving the consequences of what they are doing. So when we keep speaking up, talking about this, maybe it will start changing their mind. Of course, it's a gradual stuff, but someone has to start the topic, because if you don't start it, they will think they're doing the right thing. Most of them are actually running back from the UK, because UK will soon start kicking them out if they don't already started doing that. Because since if you are working and you don't have a working contract living in the UK right now with Italian residency, if you government discovered it, they're going to kick you out if you don't have a working contract or you don't have a UK resident. It's no longer how it was a few years ago, where you can still get a house with Italian residency. Now UK is no longer part of EU. So even British, like my husband Tisha, he's a British man married to Italian woman that living in Italy for years. Now he has to go to write exam, B1 exam, to be able to get the Italian citizenship, because he qualified for Italian citizenship. So he has two options: either he get the Italian citizenship, or he will go to apply for Italian residence that expired, yearly. He will go to renew. Okay, so it's not only because of the benefits; they are not settled like it was before. British governments are kicking out everyone that don't have British citizen or they don't have a work contract, and most of them that probably they are in the UK and they want to live the way they were living in Italy. They don't have a work, a job contract. They're just getting a job as you go, working like that because they have Italian documents. As long as you don't have a company issue you a job contract in the UK, and you're living there with Italian documents, Italian resident documents, if government catch, they're kicking you back to Italy. The only one that can survive it is the one that will go underground, that will go to hide themselves from governments, or the ones that are working in the hospital, or the ones that are working in any big company that give them contracts, or the ones that eventually get UK British citizens, residents. The rest of them that are living there just for living sake to be getting one job or the other because they pay them better than Italy, UK is going to kick everybody out, because even European citizens, I'm talking about European citizens, the whole world. My cousin is also involved in this, because my cousin lives in Holland and her husband is a Briton. So because of this whole Brit case, they had to go look for Holland residents, because they're no longer allowed. The husband is no longer allowed to live as European in Holland. He has a house there. Now if he wants to continue living there, he went to apply for Holland resident permits. So imagine these people that are living in the UK with Italian resident permits, and they don't have a stable job to be, to apply for UK citizen, resident permits. They're going to be kicked out, or they will go underground. So it's no longer, most of them are running back, not because of the benefit. They are running back because they are in trouble as well. They put themselves in trouble in quest of money. Because I know most of them run there, they didn't even do anything. They would just want to be getting one job or the other without paying government, because of course they are under European or Italian citizenship, resident permit and all that. Let me get some documents. So I really like that we are talking about this and people are learning from it. Nancy, I'm so happy that you're learning from this live chat. Please share out the video to get other people in. Okay, the problem with some immigrants, they don't want to go to school. I ask, if you don't learn the language, how can you mingle with Italian citizens and learn from them if you can't speak Italian? Exactly. And Italian people, I've noticed that they are also welcoming that. Even in the school, when they notice that you are really eager to learn their language, they don't even judge you. They don't judge you like our people judge ourselves. Maybe you will see a Nigerian, seeing another Nigerian, they don't know how to speak English, where they attack you. You hardly see, and even Italian teacher don't attack you. They appreciate that you are giving effort, that you are trying to, to be better in that language. They appreciate your effort. So I don't know why some immigrants don't like going to school, or even to learn the language. Just learn. The school is not you going to university. The school we're talking about is you going back to school to learn the language, especially when you are having, maybe you are growing your family here, you're having kids here. Remember that teachers cannot leave their offices to come home and do your children homework for you. Just, learn those basics that will help you, help you to help your kids, and also to help you with your documents, with your movements, and, also know your rights here in Italy. Know your rights, because it's also important for you to know your rights. And in the school, they teach you your rights.
It's also one of the reasons why most of the time you see that maybe they collected their children from Nigerian people or every other people. Why? Because no teacher will want to be seeing a child every day for 7 days, 5 days a week. They will give the child homework. The child will carry the same homework to school without doing anything. Why? Because the parent didn't know what to do. So if this keeps repeating itself, it's obvious that you as a parent, you cannot take care of these children. The Italian government, the teachers will communicate to assistance sociale. Then they will come and be, they will be looking at the kids small. Before you know it, you will see them, they will knock on your door. But you will not know the reason why they are collecting the kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Martina, you say, I think they will give them residence. If they can't give you residence if you don't have a job. Sorry. If you don't have a job in the UK, they can't give you a residence. If you're living in the UK without a job, without a stable reason why you're living there with Italian residents, they can't turn your Italian residence and give you UK residence. So they will give you residence when you have something to offer. When you have a house. Of course, my in-law is not working in Holland, but he has a house. He has a bank account. He has something that is speaking for him. He has something that, in a way, he's contributing to the country, and he has kids that was born in that country. Okay, he's from UK, he's a Briton, but living there, he has a house there. So he can't tell me that our people that don't have a house, that don't have a stable job in the UK, we get a resident permit without any standard document of the, or any standard document, or
I
they
think
can't just go there and present Italian resident permit and to collect British resident permit. It doesn't. It's not like that. It doesn't. Do your research well. It doesn't
I
work
think
like that.
I think the first thing they ask at the airport now is your work permission before you enter
Yeah,
UK.
yeah,
That
they
is the
do.
first thing they ask for
Yes,
now.
yes, they will ask for your work permit. It's on the news as well. When you
Yeah.
enter, they will ask you if you have a work contract, and most of them, most of the time, they also ask, one of the things that is in their resident permit rules is, the Italian language. I mean, the English language school, to know the basic. They want to do like Europe now, that is asking for B1 certificate of their language. Europe, other Italy, Germany, France, Dutch, that you need to go to school to have that particular basic certificate. They ask for it. So if the people that migrated from Italy to UK that has been working narrow, they work and put in their pocket, because and they rented a house with Italian resident permits. Of course, then they couldn't deny them, because Britain was under EU. But right now that British is not under EU, and you don't have a stable job, or you are not going to school, you are just there with Italian resident permits, living in the UK, you're going to be kicked out if government gets you, if you don't have any stable job that will give you a contract that will enable them give you British permits. They can't just give you, change your permit to stay, change it from Italian to Britain without you having a job or having something to contribute to the country. They can't give it to you. It's no longer like that. Things are changing every blessed day. So before you immigrate to anyone, they have to think twice, because most of them are going to go underground, or they will end up coming back to Italy. Most of them all, hustle very well to have a job that will keep them there, that will give them permits, because they can't change, no country change your permits just like that without you having a resources or something that keeps you in that country. They just change your resident. It doesn't. It don't. No, it can't happen. It's not something that is easy to do. They have to hustle to have a stable job, and most of them, of course, most of them love working, narrow in like in Italy. So of course, when you go to UK, then with Italian cities, with Italian residents, you can rent a house. Of course, you can do some certain job without entering the system. It's good to earn all the money by yourself without health insurance and everything. You just choose to pay. But this is why it's good to Chebi, they say work full time. If they work full time and they have a contract, that is good. Remember, it's not every one of them that has that full-time job. And remember that is working full-time without a job contract is not it's not full-time, it's not the one government recognized. So it's just like people working narrow here, like people that works in the farm, people that works like muratore, people that do a lot of jobs without government knowing about it. They just take the money and put in their pocket. There is different kind of job. They have job contracts. The job contract will enable them to have a resident, but if they don't have job contracts, British cannot change their resident without a job contract. They can't just change it for them. You have to get a job contract to apply for British residence if you are there with Italian resident permits. Some speak so bad against Italy. I don't know why. I don't know why. Honestly, Lady King, I remember that if you work black work, maybe an employee makes some money, but you will not gain your life here and in every other country of Europe. Exactly, this is what I'm saying, because a lot of these people are doing this black work that government don't know anything about, this black work that don't even give them rights, this black work that they only earn money for their pockets, that government know nothing about. You can't use that kind of job to get a residence in any country. You can't use that kind of that kind of job to get a stable life where governments can, offer things to you. But if you have a job that is registered, a job that you have a contract, even if it's a short term job, that gives you qualification. It gives you access to the system. But if they've been in the UK for as long as I can remember, and they've been doing this kind of black jobs that they do the jobs without, contract, without paying tax. Sorry, when they go to get a British resident, they won't give them because they're not in the British system. And the British cannot change their residence like that without having a stable job or having something that is contributing to their country. They are kicking people out. British wants to kick people out, and that is what they are doing right now. They want to reduce amount of benefits they are giving. Okay. Actually, if you mean for immigrant from family here, yeah. But how can they get a job when they don't want to learn the language and go to school? That is the problem. I know one of my classmates that want to, she was talking about, I don't want to call her name, but she was talking about job with a teacher in my school. So the teacher told her that if you did this, if you have experience in hi Bukola in the nursing, because she said she went to nursing school in Nigeria. So the teacher said if you have experience, if you work and you've been, you studied nursing in Nigeria and you have experience, that all you need to do is to go to translate, your legalize your school set in Italian embassy in Nigeria and all those things. Then you have to come back here. The only thing you need to do is to learn the language. The teacher said the only thing you need to do is to learn, even as you translate, translate and legalize your school start. As long as you don't know the language, the teacher said they can't employ you if you don't know the language, because in the hospital they use Italian to communicate, and they cannot tell you to take a needle to treat somebody and you will take a pen. You have to know the language for you to be able to work in a place you want to work. Of course, you don't have. She told that you can't go. You will not, start all over again if you are sure that you went to this school. You will not start all over again if you go to legalize your certificate. But you need to go back to Italian school to learn Italian, to learn how the system, to learn the world, to learn how to, to understand the materials in Italy. If not, there is no way they can employ without you knowing Italian, even if you've gone to school in your country. So the school we are talking about is not you starting school all over again. The school where I'm shouting at here is the language school, because the language school gives you access to so many things. The language school help you, open the doors for you, gives you opportunities. You don't have, you can, if you're a graduate in your country, just go to Italian embassy and legalize your certificate. A lot of people are doing it. Legalize your certificate if you are sure. When you come here, they will value your certificate and know where to place you. If you are the type that is already, you're already good at Italian language, all you need to do is to write exam, and when you pass that exam, you got your job. So that is what it's all about. It's not like you starting school all over again. You can, you can translate, legalize your school start, but the language school, because of course we Nigerians is in Italian, in English, we, the basic is English. But if you want to live in a language speaking country, this is not only Italian. In Italy, this does not apply only here in Italy. If you go to Germany, you will hear the same thing. If you go to France, to Dutch, to any country that speaks language, you need to learn their language before you can, get the job of your choice. This is how it works. This is the school we are talking about, not going back to university again, but getting to learn the language. Learn your rights, know your rights in the country where you are living in. Go to learn the basic language of the country, especially when you're living in Italy. Italian is hard. Italian is not more is not harder than Igbo language or Yoruba language or Hausa language. Italian is every other language. In fact, Italian is even better. Have you talked to some people that lives in some Denmark or some Arabic country, that the letters are not even the same? Remember that Italian language is hard. But have you met someone that live? I have a friend that lives in Denmark. Their writing is not as you pronounce it, and they don't use Latin letters like Italians use, because Italians use the same letter like English. So if you know basic English, writing Italian won't be a problem if you really want to learn the language. People that lives in head to Russian or Denmark or Turkish or other countries, if they tell you the difficulty when it comes to writing that language, you will have a rethink about this whole Italian language is hard, Italian language is hard. So we need to keep pushing this. Italian language school is not you going to university. It's you getting your ground, learning the basic language to be able to live in the country, instead of you to sit down at home and join the old people that have refused to learn the language and keep blaming government, Italian government is this, or always looking for a fault. There is no country without, there is no country that, that is clean, that is holy, that is perfect. Our Nigerians, if most people that is migrating from Nigeria, if Nigeria is so perfect, you won't be here. You won't leave Nigeria to be here, or you won't leave African to be here. You won't leave America. Americans are also immigrated. People are moving around, and immigration is not something that started today. But it's important that when you find yourself in a country, it's important for you to learn, to mingle around. If it's a language speaking country, you have to force yourself to go back there. Trust me, I'm in this school. I force myself to go back to this school. It's not because I need something. It's not because of job. It's not because of anything. When I moved in and when I relocated to Italy 2014, after our marriage, I started the A1 immediately. And along the line, at the end of the A1, A2, I got pregnant for my son. When I had my son, I wanted to go back to school immediately, but I got to know that CPR don't collect, they don't admit you if you have a child with you. They don't admit you with your child at the same time. But I wanted to go to CPR because I see something there. I love the way they teach there. I'm not saying that the other schools are not good. The other schools are good, including the one churches are organized. Trust me, if you are the type that will use your child as an excuse, I will tell you for CPR. There is a school that the commune where you are living organized. CPR is organized by Italian government, like national. But if you are the type that don't have anybody to take care of your child and you need to go back to school, your commune also organize school, language school, where you can go with your child, where they have somebody that can take care of it. But the only thing is that your child can mingle with other children that their mothers are studying as well. Churches also organize school. Trust me, I've gone round. I have went to all this school when I was new in Italy. So I didn't want to take course with me, then to go to the one commune organized or to the one churches organized. They always have nanny around in the same class. You will be seeing your child, but the nanny will be taking care of the child. The church is organized that. So don't use it as an excuse that you have a child. There is a school that's commune organized, and there is a school that church is organized as well that you can go with your children. Of course, CPR is normal school. CPR don't allow children unless you come with nanny. So there is no excuse here. There is no excuse of you not going back to school. Italian language is not as hard as we think it is. It is not. I'm not saying because I'm married to Italian. I'm saying to help someone out there, because enough is enough. Enough of the complaining. Enough of people, sending themselves backward and starting all over when it's already late. Enough of that. You push yourself. Like I was saying, but for my own, 2014, I started school until I get back to customer. I couldn't continue with CPR. I had to stop. The moment I had Christina, Cosmo was in school. Christina was a year plus old when I started when I went back to school. I had to take the evening class. I was going there. It wasn't easy. At first, it was not. It's challenging going to school with children because you have to do assignments. Of course, I had the opportunities to go to B1 because they gave me opportunity. Their list of school to go to B1 or to go to Licenza Media. I choose Licenza Media because B1 can help me even travel to any other European commune. Even I can use B1 certificate to get a job in Germany and all that. It add into my documents as someone that is living in Italy. But I didn't want to go to language speaking school. I had to divide from language speaking for only Italian language to normal school where I study all the subjects. That is what Licenza Media offers you. And Licenza Media is 3 years cut into 1 year adult school. Regular year for teenagers is 3 years, but for adults is 1 year. They cut it down like that. It's evening school where you go to study all the subjects: mathematics, English, every Italian, story, geography, science, technology, everything. Of course, it's challenging, finding yourself in this school. But if you know yourself and you know that you don't want to regret anything when you get old, you have to push. to do it if you haven't started already in Italy. So Italian language is not as difficult as people think, because Italian language is not, Igbo language is difficult. Igbo is even more difficult than Italian language. Trust me, Yoruba is difficult. I'm calling the language Nigerian languages, okay? Because I don't know other language. I'm using my own country as an example. So there is no excuse for anyone that don't want to go to school. If you don't want to go to school, just say you don't want to go to school. Then keep saying that no, I can't go to school. I can't go to school because it's difficult. It's not difficult. And for my ladies there, my fellow Nigerian ladies, that your husband brings you here and he makes you relax at home. I'm not asking you to disrespect your husband. I'm going to go through the whole comment later. I'm not asking you to disrespect your husband, but let me tell you one thing: anything can happen. Life is not guaranteed. Anything can happen, and if anything happen, death is not the only thing that can happen to someone. You might decide not to, you might decide not to, continue this kind of relationship that is toxic to you, or any reason at all. But what is the plan that you've laid for yourself the moment you step foot into the country where you're living in, especially in Italy or any other speaking country, or language speaking country? What is your foundation? What is your plan? Your plan is to come here and sit down at home and just cook food and sit down and watch Nigerian movie team from morning till night, and not being able to do your children's homework, and not being able to integrate, talk to Italians or mingle out in the country where you are living in. I know a lot of people will not like this life, but I don't care, because some people will still benefit from this life. But I have to be blunt. I have to be, I have to be like this, because I see that we have to push people. I want to push. I want to see my fellow women. I want to see other Nigerian women living in Italy making moves, being in the system. Being in the system, it doesn't take anything to be in the system. They only ask you to go to school. They only ask you to get that basic certificate. They only ask you to learn their language. Of course, me myself, I am not fluent in Italian. I can't speak Italian right now on camera, but I can interact with Italian face to face. I don't know. I'm still having camera phobia when I'm speaking it when it comes to Italian language. But I can interact face to face. I can write Italian. I can do my homework by myself in the school. I do my test in the school by myself. Okay, when my husband is not there, it's me in the class with other students doing my own homework. In fact, I even find writing Italian more easy than writing English. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry to say that, but it's what it is. I have to be open for all of you to know, to learn from my own or to learn from anybody else. If you are here, what is your foundation? What is the plan you have for yourself? Is the plan about you sitting down at home cooking food every day, waiting for your husband, or your husband giving you one excuses to the other for you not to go to school? If you are the type that has the dream of going back to school, your dream is to become somebody. Your dream is to become somebody in this life. What is keeping you? If you have a child, like I said, Commune has a school that they organize for foreigners. You can enroll on that one that has babysitters. That Commune also place a babysitter there to take care of your child while you're still looking at your child there. But know that your child is going to mingle with other children, which is not a bad thing. I choose not to do it for my own reason, for my own personal reason. There is a school organized by church that you can still go with your children. You must not go CPR. CPR don't accept children if you don't have a nanny with you. They don't accept you with a child. But the one church is organized school. They accept you with your child. The one Commune organized, they accept you with your child as long as they want you to study, and they see the eager in you that you want to study their language. They accept there is school for everybody. So don't use a child, your children, as an excuse of not going to learn the language, of not mingling with the originals. Because trust me, when the originals know that you want to mingle with them, when you want to mingle, they welcome you with open arms. They are happy to see that people are here, learning their language, trying to be in the system. This is what Italian people are asking. Forget about what their politics are talking about in the Salvini and co are talking about on TV. Forget about it. Italians the only thing Italians ask you is to learn their language, learn their culture, and learn their history, which is the basic thing you can ever do. So stop using your children as an excuse of not going to Italian school. Stop using your husband 8 hours job as an excuse, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. You don't know. Let me get Martina in here and get to...
Sorry for interrupting
It's
you.
okay. It's okay, Martina.
I want to say
uh,
something because of something that you just said now. Because
okay.
yesterday was we did this thing. Today is Pentecost Sunday. So yesterday we
Yeah.
went for vigil, Pentecost vigil
Yeah.
in one commune that is called San Paulo, very close to us here.
Mm,
But we were all immigrants, but Catholics, the Filipinos, the Americans, the Latin, how do they call it? South Americans,
yeah.
the Nigerians, Ivorians, Cameroonians. We were many. And in this parish, come and see how they just put out all everything about immigrants. It's just like it is meant in that parish. They have houses where you can go and see all those things and see about immigration.
Yeah.
What is this thing letting me know? And their reverend fathers too, there were Italian reverend fathers there that
Mm,
supported us, you know. It
yeah.
makes me to understand that these people loves us too, you know, they
They
showed
do.
us love, they love us. But our people, I don't know. Everybody must not be good, you know. But
Yeah.
this thing that I went to yesterday, you see how they display everything about every country and how they say that everybody is the same. Every country, we are just one race in this world. They have everything, even how they too, the Italians immigrated to wherever they went to the olden days. Everything is there. And then it is the whole message it passed to me is that these people love us, most of them, but we are, some of us, not all of us though, we are, I don't know the type of mentality that we cannot change our mentality, because it be like say our mentality na stone cold. We no fit dey change am easily like that, because so many of us here, we are just, I don't know. Many of these people love us, not about Savini or all those. There are people like that too, and he has his own followers too that supported him, that they don't like immigrants. But there are also many, many other people that loves us. I've said this on my channel. Before you meet one Italian person that doesn't like immigrants or that hates you, you have met like 8 people that
That's
love
true.
you before, you understand. These people, they love us, but our people, for example, some people, even when you want to I mingle with them, some people will be like, hey, because when I came new here, I have so many people that I want to make friends with. They will be like, hey, they'll collect your pikin, oh, run, oh, run, oh, they'll collect your pikin, or something like
Stereotype.
that. You know, if you just accept it and move on with them, you'll just be thinking like that. I have an Italian friend that stays with me like she is my family. Like I can pack my load, my children, I will go to their place and I will stay there for whenever I like. I will come back. She's just like my family. And her sisters, her siblings took me and my kids like their own, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I was making this friendship newly, they would say, ha, run, oh, we are here before you. Oh. Now we go tell you waiting they happen. Oh. These people will carry your pikin, oh, they will collect your children, oh, do this, do that. But because I did not listen to them, today who is enjoying it? I know what I've enjoyed, and I'm still enjoying. And I know the impact she have made in my life, which they
Mm-hmm.
have made in my life. You understand? You just need to open your heart, make friends with these people. And that,
True.
before you can do that, you need to learn the language. You need to learn the language so that you can communicate a little. That is why it's like people that knows the language, they are progressing. But it's not so. I saw one TikTok one girl made. She said the type of people that think they have made it in Italy. And the first thing she wrote there is people that know how to speak Italian. But it is true. They have made it because knowing the language is like, I don't know how to put it, but Italians, they don't hate us,
They
because this
don't.
thing I went to yesterday, it makes me understand more that they don't hate us. There are many people that stand with us, even though there are people that that are against us. So that is just what I want to chip in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much for for contributing to this. Honestly, they don't hate us. The truth, like getting on one of these chats, he puts here that most of his friends that travel abroad that they had to learn the language. Of course, I've seen a lot of Italian that don't know anything in English in Nigeria. I'm talking about Nigeria, but for them to interact with the locals, a lot of them can speak Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, including Pidgin English. Pidgin English is like their basic language because that is the first language they learn to be able to communicate with Nigerians. I'm talking about Italians in Nigeria, in our own country. They did not come to our own country and force us to speak Italian because they don't understand Italian. The moment they land in Nigeria with their job permits, with their working permits, they they struggle. Like I have met so many that come in without hearing, they don't understand anything about, they don't know the basic English. And the first language they learn is Pidgin English because, Pidgin English is like unite the locals together, especially when you're working with uneducated ones or the ones that don't understand the proper English in Nigeria. Of course, we have it. We don't have to hide about, we don't have to hide it. So they know that the Pidgin English is the first thing to learn to be able to, interact with the locals in Nigeria. The moment they enter, they start learning it. They force themselves to learn the language, the language that the locals understand. This is the only thing Italians are asking. Italians are not asking you to go to university to be able to stand. They are asking you to learn the language and go to, if you think that your certificate is good enough, your intelligence, they won't stop you. Like Love Francis, she's busy at the background and she can hear me right now. She went to translate, she translated her school certificate in Nigeria, and she used her school certificate to do everything she's doing. She used it to be doing her courses and every other thing she's doing. Okay, if you think that you can defend your certificate when the exam comes, go to translate it. But they still want you to learn the language, because without the language and you have the best, the first grade in university in Nigeria or in any school in Nigeria, without knowing the language, you're not going anywhere in Italy, because you have to learn the language. You have to understand how they communicate. You have to understand some certain things. The things you think you know is not the things they know. Okay, you have to, learn to communicate with your boss in the office. And without Italian language, how will you do that? How can you, even going to Italian man going to the UK, he has to learn the English, the basic English, to be able to communicate with his boss in the UK. He has to drop his Italian and learn the British, the way to communicate with his boss in the UK, in the United States, in Australia, in other speaking country, in Holland. I have seen Italians that speak Dutch, that learn these languages the moment they immigrated from their own land to another language. So why is it difficult for our people? Why are we talking down on Italian land? Because a lot of people misunderstand this school thing. I'm not asking you to go to university. I'm asking you to go to get the basic language. I'm asking you to force yourself to learn the basic Italian language to be able to communicate. And even if you don't have to be perfect in the communication, you don't have, because even me, I'm still struggling with Italian language, and this is why I'm not giving up in the school. I'm still going to go to Italian school. I'm still going to keep learning, because as long as I have life, as long as I'm breathing, I want to keep learning, because education is not a waste. I want to keep learning as long as I wake up every day. Every day I wake up is a gift, and that day I will make use of it by also learning, getting more knowledge, acquiring more knowledge. It's not about me, without language. Your certificate is not useless, but you need to, with your excellent certificate you come in here with, go to translate it. After you translate that certificate, you still need the language. All they are asking is not for you to throw your certificate away. All they're asking is for you to learn how to communicate. It's for you to learn their system. Your certificate is also valid when you translate it and legalize it in Italian embassy in Nigeria. But after doing those things, do you know the basic Italian? Can you defend yourself in Italian? Can you communicate in Italian? In the office where you want to work on, can you read and understand the manual in Italian language? Can you take a call in Italian language? Can you communicate? Can you, maybe if you want to work in the hospital and the nurses ask you to give them a particular kind of drip in Italian language, are you able to identify the particular kind of drugs or drip they ask you to take? Of course, you are a perfect nurse or a perfect engineer or perfect anything perfect. Your certificate is of the best grade in your country. But if you are living here and you don't understand the language, how can you get a job with the language you don't understand? Or you just want to get a job and sit down in the office and do nothing and you get paid because you refuse to learn the language. You refuse to understand the language because you just don't want to go back to school. The school is not for you to throw away your certificates. And for my ladies, my fellow ladies, my fellow African ladies, I'm putting it Africa in general. Don't deceive yourself. School is as good as you. Even you contribute in learning this language, maybe tomorrow, and when your children, are all back to school, even you, because the language can give you any, even if it's a tiny money, you can earn from this. You can earn your ground from it. You can earn your respect. You don't have to wait for your husband to do everything for you. You don't have to sit down and let your husband be doing the 8 hours and using it as an excuse for you not to go back to learn Italian, for you not to go back to school. Let them stop using it as an excuse. They are draining you. This is why a lot of people cannot tell you, they cannot come out boldly and tell you what they are going through. Most of them will think, oh, they will tell you in your face, oh, I'm happy. Meanwhile, they are not happy. Stop using children as an excuse. Stop using your husband work hours as an excuse. You need to get your life back on track. Get your life back on track. Italian language is not hard. Italian language is not hard. I'm begging you people to, rethink, and, just take the bold step. Italian language is not. Have you guys noticed, for those of you that are Igbo, when you are studying Italian alphabet, have you guys noticed that Italian alphabet is similar to Igbo? Italian first alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, is as the same as Igbo alphabet. And Igbo is even more difficult in writing and in speaking. Because I don't even know the one that is actually general, a central Igbo. Because Igbo, we have general, we have Igbo, Anambra speak their own Igbo, Enugu speak their own, Imo State speak their own, Ebonyi speak their own, and other parts speak their own. So please stop giving the excuse. Enough of the excuse. When you are here, when your husband brings you here, stand on your own feet. Tell him, sorry, I need to learn this language, not only for you, but also to help your kids. Do you know the respect your kids will be giving you for helping them to study? There is respect behind it. But if you choose not to be calling somebody, do you know how much embarrassed it is for your children to go back to school without their homework being done, or without you helping them? Do you know how much embarrassed they feel? They might not tell you, of course, the African home, you don't confront your parents. Your kids might not tell you face to face that they're embarrassed, but they are, because they will be there right in your front. You'll be calling somebody to do their homework for them. Meanwhile, you are their parents, you are their mother, but you use excuse of not going back to school, or Italian is difficult, or you don't have this. You use one excuse or the other to stop yourself from getting those, loved or opportunities. There are opportunities out there that is open. The only thing they ask you to do, of course, Italians don't pay more than like UK. When it comes to salary, Italian is having economic problem. I keep saying this. Of course, if somebody that lives in UK call you today and tell you how much they're receiving, the money tempting, you'll be tempting to move there, to get those kind of money. Of course, it's like that. But if you want to settle in a country, you need to overlook the bad and, always pointing at the positive aspect of that place and not always the negative aspect of it. Let me take some of your comments. If you want to, anybody that is here that wants to, tell us anything, you can always come up here. I want to take some comments here. If you are in a country and the only people you mingle with is your country people, my dear, you never start life. Then honestly, Janet, honestly, that is true. Lady King, that is my problem. This COVID stop everything for me. There is no one woman that wants to teach me, but this COVID stop us because she is taking care of her old mom. Yeah, I understand. But after this whole COVID stop, I think the school for commune is, I think they are open right now. So make some inquiries. There are commune organized school where you can go with your children, okay? Ask around. Also ask some churches. Catholic Church also organize school in evening school for mothers that has kids, okay? Because I remember when I was going to that, so there's a lot of Muslim, like the only people I see is Muslim women with their children, like a lot of them. Because even if their husband don't let them, go to school as Muslim as they are, not all Muslim, of course, but they still want to learn Italian language. I met a lot of Muslim women with their children in in the school where church is organized, and the school where a commune organized. I didn't really meet much of people because I didn't really go to that one. I didn't go to that one like I was just, experimenting schools around. Even after, because my CPR then was in the morning school, not in the evening school. So after morning school, from CPR, of course, I don't have anything to do at. So my husband is at work. So I now ask around. They tell me there is school here. So I was jumping from one school to another. That is to help me, to help me with my Italian, because I started from the basic. Basic is from the alphabet and the 1, 2, 3. That is how I started. Okay, so don't be shy to start from the basic. I started from numbers and alphabet. That is how I started. Okay, so don't be shy to start from. Don't be shy to say ABCD is a common thing. Why would they be teaching me ABCD or numbers in the school? Do not be shy. That is how I started when I started Italian language. I started from the basic, like from the lowest level. So in the morning, when I'm done with CPR in the morning, I will start, asking around. I've gone to Serenio, the city close to my city, to school. CPR in the morning, Serenio in the afternoon, just because I want to keep busy. And that busy is to start going to. I acquired a lot of schools that I was going there. My husband was like, slow down. I said, I don't know what's that, but I just want to keep busy because I don't want to come back home. I'm the kind of person that don't hate being too much on call, talking rubbish on phone. If it's not meaningless, of course, sometimes I do chat with my friend. We can be on phone for hours talking, but I don't do that always. I don't do that every day. It's not my thing. When we have time, we can talk once in a while. Chat all the chat, laugh all the laugh, talk nonsense, and end it there. But I don't do it every day. So during that period, I hustle for school. I go from one school to another. Morning, I'm in CPR. So in the evening, I'm in Serenio. In the other hour, I'm in the one church organized. So there are schools you can go with your children, especially the ones that common and the church is organized. It's available for those that has kids. And like I said, I met a lot of Muslim women with their children. They also want to learn the language. Of course, they are not going to work because they are Muslims. Most of them that their husband don't want them to work. But I still have Muslim girl in my class. She's looking for a job too, because it's not all Muslim that their husband, forbid them from working. It's not all Muslim. Okay, but these ones that has kids, they still want to learn the language, even if they don't have to work, but they want to learn the language. So they go to school with their children. They started from zero, like from alphabet, everything. It's something I've experienced in living in Italy. I'm talking about. It's not a story that somebody told me. It's my life experience about this whole Italian school. So my sister, my Afro sister, you don't have any reason to say you don't want to go to school. These people in their country, they don't even go to school. Most of these Muslims in their country, they don't allow them to go to school. Most of them, I'm not saying all, most of them. But when they find themselves in this country, even with children, they try to study, they try to learn the language. So what is stopping you that has the access in your own country? You've been going to school in your own country and coming here, you don't want to learn the language. What is stopping you? Let your husband not be the excuse. Let your children not be the excuse, because this is your life and you got one life to live. I'm telling you, my life is about this, and I'm going to be open and blunt here. You have one life, and I'm going to keep pushing everyone. If it's one person, 2, 3 that accepts my crying, accept my, this cry, I come here to cry almost every Sunday, and register themselves in the school, I will be happy. Even if I don't know who the person is, I will be so happy. I know I will be having joy. I know that I'm doing my part here, but I'm not going to be, close my mouth and let this whole thing to be going on every day. And at the end of the day, when your kids are all back in the school, you'll be regretting yourself. How long will you stay in the house to make a phone call, to chat with your friends, unnecessary chatting? How long will you do that? How long will you be watching only YouTube videos that makes no sense? How long will you do that? It's those time you spend in gossiping, in doing those things. Those time you will use it to educate yourself, to involve in something that will educate you, something that will benefit you in the future. Those time you spend, trust me, at my first years in Italy, I cut out so many people. You know why I did that? It's not because I hate them. It's not because I'm jealous of them, but because they're kind of distraction. I had to cut them out to be able to concentrate. I told one of my friends in Italy here then that I'm not ready for coffee. I'm not ready to outing. I'm not ready to guest outing until I get my ground in this country. I don't want distraction. I want to be focused. I want to get into the system. And because this is the only way, because if I'm having a family here, I'm having kids here, nobody knows tomorrow. I have to be stable. I have to be, what, that is not the only thing that can happen. Your husband might lose his job. Anything can happen. But what is the thing you're contributing to your family? That is when you want to go back to school, when it's already late, when you're already in a state of emergency. Is that when you want to start all over again? Is that when you want to start living your life, or when you want to start planning for your future? So these are the things we have to consider, because life is not guaranteed and job is not guaranteed. A lot of things are not guaranteed. So the only way to help yourself, I was telling my husband the other day, I said, I'm not doing this thing because I'm not hungry, guys. As I'm here, I'm not lacking anything. I'm not like, by the grace of God, I'm not lacking anything, but I'm doing it because nobody knows tomorrow. We can't live on his salary for the rest of our life. I'm a human being as well, just like him. I would love to contribute to the house. I would love to buy a big house with my own money involved and not depending only on my husband's money. Of course, my husband's money is good. Of course, I can sit down and enjoy my husband, but I would love to contribute into my own home, because nothing is guaranteed. Any help, you balance your help. You need to build yourself to be able to help your partner. Those mentalities of husband being the head of family or doing everything. Of course, my husband is, even if I work, I'm not going to do 50-50 with my husband, but it's going to be a pride for me, to contribute to my own family, to do things for my own family, so to take up some responsibilities. This is what I'm telling you, my Afro ladies, my Afro sisters. You need to do something. Don't use an excuse of your husband is doing 8 hours and your husband asks you to stay home and do nothing, and you stay home for years. You are still sitting down home and you're looking for who to do your children assignments. No, say no to that. Just get your life back on track. Get your life back on track. You can do better, because we Black women, we are hustlers. We are strong. We are strong. So don't come here and say that, oh, because the language is too difficult, you can learn it. If you've gone to school, even in your country, even if you haven't gone to school in Nigeria or any country you come from, you can still do it. Remember, it's a lifetime stuff. Remember, it's something you can do for a lifetime. It's not just something that you do now, and it's not a foundation of today or tomorrow. So think about it. Think about it, please. Let me take some comments here. Blue Angel, hello Sunday. Please, Nancy, where have you been? I miss you. I'm good, man. I'm trying to catch comments, okay? Miss you too. Everyone still writing exam. Oh, good luck on your exam, Blue Angel. Thank God, good luck on your exam. So, some African men don't want their wives to know anything, forgetting that their wife getting to know things will help them. It will help them. It's a way of, it will help them more than they even know, because job is not guaranteed. Job. Let me live life that all of us already know. Jobs are not guaranteed. Anything can happen. Anything can happen to their job. Are they going to start all over, or are they going to start living on the commune house, or are they going to start living under government? Are they going, even Italians, like my mother-in-law, may her soul rest in peace. If not for anything, I have people that I look up to. I will like, no, I'm not going to let this happen. From my own mom to my own mother-in-law. My own mom wasn't this working type of a person. And when my dad died, he hit us. He hit us so bad that I had to take up responsibility for my little ones up till date. But because she's not that kind of hustling spirit person, I didn't want to let my younger ones, make the anyhow choice. I was the one that make anyhow choice, but I needed to keep their life on track. And I took a decision that put those kids' life on track. My mother-in-law, she was a teacher, and she stood when my father-in-law had a problem. She was there. Like they were not stranded, because the second partner was working, was earning an income too, to balance the family. during those crises? What if she wasn't working? What if she was just sitting down at home and enjoying her husband company money? Enjoying her husband money and not doing anything at all in life. What will have happened when the problem during those crises? What will have happened? What will have been their call at that time? But she was working. She was able to balance it even in the midst of the crisis. She balanced it. I've seen a lot of women that did the same thing. This is why I'm calling on women. Don't sit down and say your husband's salary is enough. Your husband's salary can be enough, but you don't know what is going to happen in the future. It's not only that can happen. A lot of things that can happen. A lot of things that can happen that will mess up your financial, that will mess up your husband financial, that will mess up, that kind of comfortable life that you're living. So don't let your husband tell you, because I know some of the African husbands, they don't want their wife to, go through that, get to challenge them. Some of them are, I don't know how to, I don't know if it's inferiority complex. I don't know what I would call it. I don't know if they want to continue to be the boss. I don't know why they keep doing that, but it's bad. Imagine some don't even encourage the wife to get driver's license. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Forgetting that when husband and wife know how to drive, it becomes more easier to do things. Do you know that there was a day, this driving license thing, I was not driving then. We went to a beach with friends. Thank God that day. Thank God that we went with my husband car, only with our friends. My husband drove everybody, and we went to that beach. My husband is this person that don't stay on that sun for a long time. So, but that day, because we had to drive from here to Genova side, so Liguria. So we stood under the sun from morning till night. So my husband, he wasn't prepared to there. When you go to take sun, you have to gradually, let your body get used to it to stay from morning till night. My husband has sunburn. He couldn't drive. He started having fever. I was not driving. Can you imagine if I was there alone with my husband? Like if we traveled alone and I wasn't driving, and I don't know anything about driving, we would have been stuck there, right? But thank God for friends that was with us. So my husband friend has to drive. So that got me thinking, what if I am here alone with my husband in this place and I'm not driving? And my husband cannot drive because he's having this sunburn. He was having a bit of flash, kind of fever, but not fever. But he was feeling really bad that he can't drive. I I was asking myself that was when I was pregnant for Cosimo. The moment I gave birth to Cosimo grew up a bit. I don't know anything about Italian. I still understand Italian, but I had to push myself, even without knowing Italian. The way I know Italian right now, I pushed myself. I said I'm going to driving school when I got pregnant for Christina. I said I'm not going to have this second child without driver's license in this country, because I have known the benefits. I have seen what the driving license can do. I was pregnant for Christina when I started driver's license. I think 3 months. I registered myself when I was 3 months pregnant for Christina. I enrolled into driving school. I had to study. Even if I don't even know Italian very well as of then. Like, it was difficult for me to understand Italian. But I had to push myself. I failed the first exam. I did not give up. I cried. Like, I cried after I failed. But the second one, I had to drain myself. I soaked myself into that book. I said, if I had to take every word in this book and put it on my head, I will do it. Night and day, I was studying with a child by my side and a child coming on the way, another one coming on the way. I had to study. The second attempt, I passed the second attempt. For the practical exam, I failed the first one, but I passed the second one. Driving license is very, very important, because you never know where you're going to get stuck, whether your husband that is driving, that is helping you will get, when he will not be able to drive, and you will now start looking for emergency or somebody to tow your car or to call a taxi and all that. It's very, very important. So I don't really know why a lot of men don't want their wife to get, into the system. Why? Something that can benefit you. I don't know why. As in, a child said to me last month, why can't my mom be like you? I have to tell her that she needed time to learn Italian language. Can you? Okay, this is what I was saying. That they cannot comfort their parents, because they're African parents. They cannot comfort them face to face. But inside them, they are crying inside them. But these mothers, some of them will not understand. I made this statement early. I said these children are crying inside, but they don't know how to comfort their mothers. They don't know how painful it is that their mothers are the way they are. They just choose to stay home and cook and serve food and clean the house, and not wanting to put oh God, leave it there. With that, the because you won't be able to pronounce a word or read correctly. Yeah, a lady said that her husband's certificate he got in Italy is also for her, because she helped him to. I asked myself, can she also get her Tessa media? I don't know. I don't know. When I did Tessa media, we had a couple too, husband and wife coming together. They are from Ukraine. Ukraine people are the one of the people that goes to school whenever they immigrate. And guess what? Ukraine is Europe. They are Europe. Only thing is that they're not under European Union, but they are still this Europe. But they have their language. But whenever they are here, they also go to school. I know a lot of them that goes to school. When I was doing my A1 and A2, I have Ukraine lady. I have one South American lady, Venezuela lady in my class during my basic level. I'm talking about basic level, and these people are older than me. Like they are far older than me. People that are far older than me. A lot of them. I have one Pakistani guy that is far older than me. I have a lot of people that are far older than me in the basic Italian level. When I did my A1 and A2, that was 2014, 2015. They are far older than, but they did it. They came to school because they want to study, because they want to get into the system. I don't know why my own African sisters don't want to do that. I don't know why. Well done, Tessy. You are doing great job. Keep encouraging our people. We all need that reminder. Thank you so much, Blue Angel. We'll be going to my B1 by September. I wrote the exam, this L2 exam when I'm pregnant. Even when they asked me to stop, I refused, and they are so happy that I passed the exam with my condition. Oh, thank you. Congratulations, Nancy. That child wish her mom could know better. The child, I said, the children wish their mom could know better, but as African parents, you can't confront it. It's not easy to confront your parents, even if you know that they are doing bad things. We are limited. There's some things we can do, and there's some things we cannot do as an African families. Okay, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. Nothing is permanent there. Giusto quella che sta dicendo Tessie. Grazie mille, Gaetano. There are morning school too. Some commune do it in the morning. There are morning school. That is what I'm saying. There are morning school where you can even go with your children. There are morning school you can do with you. Like B1 is actually morning. When your children are in the school, you put, when your children are going to school, you're going to school with them. Can you imagine that now? Right now, I'm seeing a lot of celebrities and wife of celebrities that they are going back to school. A lot of them are even in Nigeria, living in Nigeria. A lot of them are going back to school. The other day, Anita Okoye updated in that they relocated to America. She made a comment that she can't, believe that she and her kids are going out at the same time. They are going to school. She's going to school. Toto Dike is going to school. A lot of them are going to school because the more you go, the more you acquire knowledge. But if you want to settle from this education you acquired many years ago without updates, even in the office, I'm learning a lot from my husband. Even when this period that he's at home working, sometimes they have seminar where they update them the new system and the new plan for the future. And the school also help you. One thing I also like this school is that they would tell you the plans for the future. Just like when they're talking about this planet, they will tell you the whole plan, because they will even make you understand that no one is little to learn about the planet and how to keep the planet clean. No one, they will tell you everything. They will tell you how many years plastic, over centuries, plastic, that a piece of plastic that you throw on the floor lasts over centuries to be able to melt under the floor. They will teach you a lot of things that you don't know. So it's not just, you're not doing them a favor. And the school is free. You're not even paying anything. Like the decisions I made there ago, I paid less than 20 euro for a year. So you can't say it's money that is making you not to go to school. You can't say that it's money, because you can do it if you want to do it. If you just want to learn the language, there are money schools. You don't even have to pay anything. That the one that churches and the schools commune organize. You can go there in the morning. The only thing you need to do is to learn the language and get to. If you after learning the language you want to continue, you can still continue, to study. But first of all, the language is the right thing. It's the first thing you need to do. Don't let anybody deceive you or tell you otherwise. Please. There are morning schools. Thanks so much, Tessy. Yeah, Martina. Knowing everything about your husband is part of the marriage. If I don't know things about him, what's the need of being married to him? True, true. Some don't want to hear. Honestly, driving can be a necessity. Driving is very good. Driving is very good, but trust me, Italian driving school is not easy. Trust. There are a lot of Italian people that give up in driving school, but you don't. I'm not asking you to give up. Don't give up because me, I had challenges, but I didn't give up. I pushed myself to the limit. I say because when I've noticed that when you want to do something, when you want to get something, you will work so hard to arrive to where you want to arrive. No excuses. But the moment you start giving excuses of not doing that thing, you will see that is when millions of excuses will come. But the moment you accept this challenge, you accept it that you want to do this despite the challenges, you will see the ways will be opening for you. You will even be thinking, oh, what if last year, for example, last year, that I got the email from this CPR to come back to school. Of course, Christina wasn't up to a year. I mean, up to 2 years. I first of all, I deleted the email. That was during COVID. I got the email because I went back to start B1, but I didn't go because Christina was less than a year then. Then last year they sent me an email again because they have my data, they have my email. They sent me an email if I want to still continue the study that I have to choose if I want to continue with just A1 or Licenza Media, or I think there's another school. I deleted the email. Guys, I got the email when I was outside, when I was coming back from shopping. I don't know the mood that was on me. I deleted the moment I read the email, I deleted it. Truth. Thank God that Yahoo don't really delete email the same day. I think they give you some days before they delete it permanently, or a month. After 3 days, that thing that was inside me left. I now told my husband that I got email from CPR about the school that if I want to continue, I should respond via that email. I should reply. But I've deleted the email. I had to go back to my bin from my Yahoo email to get the email out. And I showed it to my husband. He now asked me, do you want to go? Which one do you want to take? I said, well, I have to go to Licenza Media. I have to reply them. Imagine the obstacle, those kind of mood I was there. I was thinking, I don't want to go back to school. Of course, I don't need anything. I don't want to go back to school. That was my mind at first. I don't want to go back to school. And before this email came in, I had a conversation with a neighbor of mine here outside. We had a conversation. I was telling her that if Christina eventually starts school, I will look for something doing, something to go out of the house, or maybe I will pick up a course. And of course, I know that my Italian is quack. So I know I'm not going to face any Italian exam because my Italian is quack. Even if I understand it, I'm not going to write it. So it's completely quack. So I thought that I'm going to pick up a course and do the course, probably language school and all that. I had that discussion with the lady. After 3 days of that discussion, I got the email. Of course, the lady didn't even know anything about the tool. That is why sometimes I said maybe there's somebody working for me that I don't know. Maybe God. So, for long story cut short, I replied them and they replied me immediately. And I had a call, Zoom call with the first teacher, which is the coordinator of my school right now. I have another call, which is the exam to know the class they're going to place me. I have another one, and where I had to talk to all these teachers in the school before we finally resume online. So you can do it. If you don't want, of course, I was thinking, how will I do with Christina? How will I drive in the night to school, up and down and all that? I had a lot of things that discourage, I will have placed my hand on, oh, my baby girl is too little. Oh, my baby girl is too young to live at night. Oh, my baby girl, I had every excuses. Trust me, it was on my head. But I keep rebuking that excuse because I keep thinking, if your child starts school, you want to sit down at home, what are you going to be doing at home? What are you going to be doing at home? You don't even know Italian language very well. So what are you want to sit down and press your phone from morning till night until your children time to pick them from school reach, and you waste all these years doing nothing in Italy and living only on your husband. This is what was coming into my mind. And I had to take that decision going back to school. Right now, I am rounding up. That 1 year that seems that is too long. I am rounding up. By next month, we are done with this session. We are done with test and media. I take my certificate by the grace of God. I move to another school I want to go, or I move to go to do any course I want to do to get a job. The ways were opening, but I had doubt to stop. I had doubt to give up. But you know what? When you are determined to get something, when you're determined to better your life, when you're determined to educate yourself or acquire more knowledge, nothing stops you. You are the only one that limits yourself. Allora Tessy, diciamo aveva la scuola. Evviva la scuola, viva la scuola. Sì. So please, let's not discourage ourselves. Okay, let's try. Is Sometimes it seems impossible, but it's possible. You can do it. Okay, you can do it. Knowing everything about. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with document. Tessy, please, if learn the language very well, will I be able to work with my certificate here with P1? Depends where you want to work, depends the certificate you have in Nigeria. If you're a graduate in Nigeria, or you have something that you practiced in Nigeria, okay, you only have to legalize your certificates in Italian embassy in Nigeria. When you legalize it, you go to the field or the school, or you just go to the government or to the school. I don't know how it works. They will help you, okay, but only B1. I will ask you to go to Testa Media, period. I will say go to Tessa Media, okay? Because Tessa Media will give you, when you finish with Tessa Media, you can use that certificate to get any basic jobs in Italy than B1. B1 is still good though. I'm not saying it's not good, it's still good. It gives you citizenship and all that. But Tessa Media help more, because at the end of the year, when you are rounding up Tessa Media, you have conference with a lot of school that is allied with them that you can continue with, or you can just go write exam, do some course and all that. So I always recommend Testa Media, maybe because I'm going there. But if you want to work, Testa Media, because that is the certificate a lot of stores as of now, including supermarkets. Testa Media, they always ask for Testa Media when you're looking for a job. And with that being said, if you are here and you have Testa Media and you're looking for a job and you have a curriculum in Italy, look for a site called Subito. Let me write it here. Subito. I have a friend, a classmate that recently got job from there. She said it's fast. They have a lot of job updates there. So look for that site called Subito. Look for their job offer. You can always apply for them. They are real. The girl had just recently got a job from this site. I think www.subito.it, something like that. I think that is what it is. If you don't get it, I will ask her more when I go to school, to give me the full site. But she said the site is called Subito. She got a job from there. So if you're looking for a job living in Italy and you have a curriculum and you have your documents, always check this Subito out, okay? They're like Adeco too. They help you to look for a job. There is a lot of job offers there as well. So let me get to, I don't know things about him. What Janet Ahodo, if you wait for Nigerian husband to encourage you, you wait tire for real. It's so sad that when I drive, I don't see African women. It's so few. It's few, honestly, like seriously. Maybe because it's not matter of immigrant, because they can still go to driving school. You must move in the last you yeah most move in the last 5 years. Yeah, I was 3 months pregnant when I registered for driving school, and I got it before I put to bed. Yeah, I got mine before Christina was born. Actually, I also got mine before Christina was born, and I'm so happy. Imagine drive. I'm not saying it's a bad thing taking your two kids to driving. I mean, to bus station to take one to school and take one back home. But I experienced it during the pregnancy time when I was pregnant for Cosmo. Christina taking Cosmo to school with bus. Sometimes bus drivers, you don't know the bus you're entering. They are just misbehaving. So I said, no way, I must pass my driver's school. Thank God I've registered. I must pass it. So I had to study before, to get that. And I was so happy when I got it, because even as it's raining, I don't have to be worried about when Christina was too little, to go to bus stop to wait for bus. I just put them in the car and drop them to school and drop Cosimo and drive back home. It makes me, I become very much independent. I don't have to wait for my husband to do everything. I go to shopping, I do things, I drive around, I run my errands by myself. Just enter car and do, there's a lot of advantages when you drive. I would say if you move to Italy, the first thing, or move to any country, not only Italy, the first thing you need to do, if it's a language speaking country, learn the language and get yourself a driver's license. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't they say my husband is driving us, he will cover the drive. That is a lie. You have your own freedom when you start driving. You become independent when you start driving. It's very, very important, especially in this country. In fact, it even save you more money, because when you calculate the amount you pay for tickets and all these bus and trains, all these buses that you take from your town to your town, the fuel you put in your car is cheaper than those bus tickets you're buying. Honestly, the fuel you put in your car just to I know driving license is it's a bit expensive, but if you can afford it and go for it, you will benefit from it because it's cheaper than most of these bus tickets you're buying. I know it requires studies. There is nothing good in life that nothing good in life, nothing good comes easy in life. Okay, nothing good comes easy. Every good thing comes with a sacrifice. You see all these celebrities we see on social media or on TV, we think we want to imitate their life. If they open their mouth to tell you what they have been through, the sacrifice they have made in life to be where they are today, you that wants to be like them will say, no, I'm not ready to do this. Just like in Nigeria, this reality is raining in Nigeria. People will say, oh, I like the way they spend money. But if they tell you the sacrifice involved, you will say, no, I no go do am. Like all these runs girls, if you're Nigerian, you know what I mean. If they tell you how many places they've gone to, Abuja and the rest, they have gone to make those monies, or the things they've been through, to make those monies they are enjoying, those flashy luxurious that they are living. If they tell you what they've been through, you will say, no, I don't want to do that one. But you want to be rich, right? You want to be rich, you want to make it in life, you want to be stable, you want your life to be good. You have to make sacrifices. There are sacrifices involved. You need to get to it. You need to do it, whether you like it or not. You have to step in there. Especially when it comes, education sacrifice is not bad. It's not something you don't lose. When you make that sacrifice of education, you are acquiring more knowledge into you, not just for you, but something that will also lead your children. It's something that you invest also in your children. It's something that you build in. You're not just doing it for you alone. You're doing it for you and for everyone around you. So why are you scared of doing it? Why are you scared of taking that bold step? For me, it's worth taking. Okay, it's a step. I'm the type that don't want to go back to school. Though. Like I tell you now, I am that type that don't want to go back to school. I am that type that don't. I'm scared of school. Since I left school that time, of course, I was happy going to school when I was little, 11 years old. Before the whole thing that happened in my city, which is a long story, I'm not going to be talking about here, happened. And then when I moved to Port Harcourt, new city, I had to learn English and all that. I was scared to go back to school because I was scared to fit in, and the way people were talking, ignorant people were attacking people in the school. As an adult, let me put it, as an adult, I was scared to go back to school. I was so scared to go back to school, but I had to push myself. But I'm enjoying it. Like every time I wake up, I say, thank God. I say, thank God for giving me giving me the courage to go back to this school because I am learning. I don't even want to, finish this test and media and sit down at home and job or look for a job. No, I want to continue. I want to study more into the things I want to do. I want to do it I want to become a professional in something. If I'm done with that, if I want to continue, it's kind of a lifestyle, but it's very, very good to have, to be professional in a certain thing and not, and don't settle for less. I know life call us to settle for less, but if it's something that has to do with it, if you have the privilege to be to go, please. If you have that privilege, the opportunity, please don't give up. Don't give up. I know there is a lot of situation, a lot of things that make us give up, but don't give up. I'm telling you not to give up because I was one of you that is scared to go back to school. Moi. Moi. Moi, I'm one of these second that don't want to go back to school. Moi. So I'm using moi as an example to tell you today to go. You can do it. Okay? um, in fact, dopo settembre anche mia moglie va a scuola e poi va a scuola guida per prendere la patente. Voglio che lei migliorare per se stessa e per la nostra famiglia. Esatto, esatto, Gaetano, esatto, questa qui, esatto, perché non è per stessa e per la famiglia, perché non si sa mai domani, nessuno, domani è incinta. Diciamo così perché in inglese, or my language, we say tomorrow is pregnant, domani è incinta. Nessuno sa, ok, adesso, like right now, there is people, ecography, I can tell you what you're carrying. But at the beginning, is you are pregnant. Tomorrow is pregnant. Nobody knows what is going to give birth to. So empowering your wife, giving her the courage, encouraging her. At first, my husband was the one helping me with the verbs. So, getting to know the verbs in the language. It was strange for me, but right now I can sit down, like even doing my homework at home is difficult. I will sit down to do some verifica in the school. Like when I was online, I told my teachers, I don't like doing verifica online. I love to do, sometimes online is easy for a lot of people because you can open book and all that. But for me, I feel more comfortable doing verifica in the school than online. I don't know why. Maybe it's me. Maybe I always go for the hard way. In the school, I can write in Italian, I can sit down, focus and do everything without being scared. So thank you for sending, encouraging your wife, and thanks to other men that encourage their wife to, do better and, help themselves in life. I can't believe I have been driving for almost 11 years. Wow. I remember 10 years, 10 years, I renewed 10 years, 8 months ago with children. You sure need a car. With children, you sure need a car. Nah, you try because you are somebody that a lot of women need to be looking up to you. They need to keep learning from you because you are a huge example. Like this is why I asked you to come here to, tell us some things. I know people don't like hearing this kind of thing, but I want them, anybody that wants to come up here next live chat, you should always just ask. I want people to hear other people's stories, your achievements, how you started, your hustling, your work, the step you took that placed you to the position you are right now. Because if not, they will never learn. Then you try because è importante, è molto importante. Empowering your wife means empowering your family. That is correct. That is correct. Empowering your wife is also empowering it means empowering your family. That is correct. That is correct. Because if you don't support it, well, how will it start? You know, maybe because it's kind of some personal experience I've had. Of course, I'm not going to be, blame my mom for the rest of her life or blame my even keep it. But I learn most of if I'm here talking, I'm talking out of experience. I love my mom, but when my dad was assassinated, my mom is this type that my father was the one providing. I saw everything. My father was the one providing, and when my dad wasn't there, when my dad is no longer there with us, my mom don't know where to start. My mom don't have that hustling spirit because it wasn't built in her from the start. It wasn't built in her. This is why I keep shouting, women, you don't know what is happening. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. You have to be ready for tomorrow. Nobody prays for bad thing to happen, but bad thing happens anyway for the to good ones. It happens. And if you have children, you need to empower your wife to be able to, when you are not longer there, maybe you travel or anything happen, you know that you have a partner, be husband or being wife, you know that you have a partner. They still have somebody that will take care of them when you are no longer there. It might be you that will go first. It might be him that will go first. Nobody knows who goes first because no, why life is not guaranteed for anybody. But we have this responsibility of empowering each other, partners helping themselves grow. Partners helping themselves grow is very, very important in a family. It's very, very important. But I have seen that happen, and it's It's affected us so much because I have to be a grown up at 12 years old. I had to grow up immediately. I wouldn't want that to happen to my children. I wouldn't want my child to leave school and grow up at that age. And this thing is happening a lot in Africa. It's happening a lot where the mother cannot stand, where the mothers cannot help the children. The children have to grow up immediately to help themselves and to help their siblings. So the earlier we start empowering each other, especially when it comes to partner, the better for our children, the better for us, for our family. Something for your children to fall back to. This is why I picked this topic of women. I carried it on my head because I'm a living witness to it, and I know where it hurts. I know how it hurts. I know how painful it is seeing that one parent is not there, but the other one that is there can't do anything for you and your siblings because you don't know where to start from. It's bad. So we need to help ourselves. We need to talk to women because life is not promised. Life is not promised, neither for men or for the women. Life is not promised. You have to get prepared. You have to be prepared, just like we Christians. So we have to keep praying and doing good things to be prepared because we don't know when our Lord Jesus Christ is coming. We don't know when the day is here. We don't know because the Bible said that God will come like a thief. So he will not tell us that he's coming today. He will not tell us that the hour is now. He only asks us to be prepared, to prepare ourselves, to make the way to the kingdom of God. We should be prepared in every minute, every second, because he won't tell us the time. This is how life is. We have to be prepared because nobody knows who is going first and who is not going first. You have to lay the foundation for your children. You have to lay the foundation for your family. And both parents need to put their hands together to empower each other in case anything happens tomorrow, that the children, the innocent children will not start to suffer. They will not start growing up, like they will not enter into the system for them to be start carrying them one around, and because maybe the man is the first to go and the wife cannot do anything and the system will come and carry them. This is the reason why I keep saying, women, please, you don't have to go to university if you're the type that don't want to go to school. But if you are in this country, you are in Nigeria, you are anywhere, you have a sister, you have to tell them to do something for themselves. And if you are in Italy here, you don't have to go to university to be able to work, but try to learn the language, to mingle with the locals, to push yourself around, to do things around. This is the only thing. This is what my life videos stand for, and I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it for anything. I am here to use my own little voice, my own tiny voice, to encourage one another, to encourage someone out there to do the right thing, and not to wait until it's too late. Just like Janet's mates that are going back to school right now, and Janet right now is where she is right now. You can't compare them with Janet. They did it, now it's too late. Now they've, after so many years of living in Italy, now they are starting all over again. Meanwhile, they had the opportunity to, better their life at how many years ago, but they refused. They listened to the ones because they've lived here. They will tell you, I've been here before you, blah, blah, blah. You listen to them, and now they are all going back to school because they've seen the benefits when it's already late. Don't wait until it's too late. Just like we Christians say, don't wait until your last breath before you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. Don't wait until your last breath, until the last minute or until the last second before you call the name of God. If you believe in God, don't wait until it's too late. Start now. Make a move. Even if you don't have to accomplish it, or even if you don't have to get it to where it is, but start making that move today. Start making that movement today. Don't ignore. Don't say there is time. There is no time. Time flies like what I don't know. I was telling my husband yesterday, I can't believe that I'm running up Tessy media, that I was contemplating of going. I can't believe that by the grace of God, I will get the certificate by the grace of God. I can't believe I'm getting that certificate right now. I can't believe that I've learned a lot of Italian and I can read Italian. Like, now, keep Italian book in my phone, read it in a very fluent way right now. I can't believe that I've learned a lot of things in Italian. I can't believe that I've learned a lot of stories about Italian. I can't believe that I've learned a lot of things that is happening in the world when it comes to science. I can't believe that I've learned things I don't know. I did not learn back home. I can't believe that I've learned a lot of things I don't know that they exist, but they existed. So it's not a waste. It's not about getting a but it's about building yourself and acquiring knowledge that will help you for the future. You know, maybe I took after my mom that had to raise 6 children on her own when my dad started misbehaving around. Women can do it if they are willing. Women can do it if they are willing. I like this word. Women can do it if they are willing to do it. That is true. That is true. They can do it if they are willing, honestly. So let's keep encouraging each other. If you are the one, if you are bold enough to come and share your experience on our next live, you can always let me know. Okay, you can call up here just like Janet did, because we need to tell our story for people to also listen or to pick one or two things from it, because this kind of videos don't go viral on YouTube. People don't like this kind of videos. Certainly that is for sure, because anytime I make this video, I always get under my video, under my analytics, that I lost few subscribers because of this video, which is not bad at all, because it's better I lost a subscriber, because I have 19,000 subscribers and I'm not getting the views. So it's better I lost the subscribers that don't want to, hear the real thing, than having subscribers that want me to, be on a other kind of side of life. I don't want it. I want to be real. And I want to use my live meetings to, encourage people and to give people the opportunity to tell, encourage others as well, share ideas. Like today's life, I have learned a lot of things from Janet's experience. I learned a lot of things that I don't know about. I learned. So it's kind of a way of learning too, learning from one another. We don't finish. Everybody is learning every day. So everybody is getting updated. The things you don't know, I want you guys to please just feel free to come and share with us every Sunday when I'm here. Please just come up and share with us. Don't hide. Even if you don't want them to see your face, you can be up here talking without anybody seeing your face. Like Martina today, nobody saw her face, but she made a point there that most of us don't know about. So this is what this life is all about. Make sure you share it, please, guys. And next Sunday, if I will be here, you are free to come up here to tell us your story, your experience, the things you're facing, like the difficult living here or immigrating here. And I have a lot of people that might have gone through that or not. They will help you to, ease the things for you, show you the way around, or advise you. Okay, so this is what so true. Driving is more cheaper. No, driving is more cheaper than buying bus tickets. In case anyone of you don't know, driving is only is expensive when you're getting the driver's license. But when you're driving, it's more cheaper. Don't even think about, okay, I'll have to buy a car. Cars, second-hand cars are cheaper. Okay, if you calculate everything, driving at the end of the day is cheaper than buying bus tickets. Okay, so I've experienced that. I've calculated the how many fuels I burn and how many fuels I put and carries around and everything. Driving is cheaper than buying a bus ticket all the time. So think about it. And so guys, like I said, please feel free to you're welcome to be up here to share with us your story. We learn from personal experience. So please don't let this life to be boring. Okay, I want you guys to help me too, because I can't do it all alone. So I'm asking for your help to be here to tell our people the truth, to tell our people the truth about immigrating or about living in Italy, or the truth about life. I know a lot of you is more educated than me. I need your help to, help to enlighten our people, help them to avoid making mistakes that a lot of people have made. Okay, of course we are bound to make mistakes because we are human beings. We always make mistakes, but learning from one, even when you make the mistake, you will easily trace your step back, and do the right thing. So let's continue to speak out. And if you are free enough to come up here to share your experience, you will come you know more about the Italian history. You will learn more in schools superiore. Yeah, school superiore also teach more about Italian history. That is true. That is true. And they teach chemicals too. For those of you that don't really know that superior, they teach chemical. You learn chemicals in superior as well. So yeah. We are more than 2 hours today, and it's been fun having you guys around. And I would love you to come up here next time. Tessie, I'm looking at that Jado perfume behind you. Jado is one of my favorite perfume actually. I don't know, but I love Dio's perfume. Jado, Miss Dio. After Jado is Miss Dio, that is my next second favorite perfume, and the third one is Jojo Armani C. The Jojo Armani is wonderful. I love it. So yes, guys, please, please, I'm begging you, just chat me up, come here live next Sunday. Invite yourself, invite people, and let's exchange, wisdom. Let's talk to each other. Let's help each other grow. Let's empower each other. Okay, please. That is what I'm begging. If you are coming late, try to, rewatch where I was talking with Jane and Martina to learn one or two things, okay? And I would like to talk to you, other people, not only the people living in Italy, like Blue Angels, Lady King. You have to come here next time, please. I just want us to share, share with our people and give them every reason, especially our women as well, every reason to go back there out there to, trace back their life and gain their life back and, do something for themselves because at the end of the day, they are doing it for themselves. We are only talking to help them do that for themselves. Of course, I have not arrived where I want to be today, but I also want to. Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you so so much, my sister. Thank you. God bless you for joining, for accepting to be up here today with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Dalu nne, dalu nwanne. Dalu. So I'm going to leave you guys now. Next week, please be up here. Feel free to be up here. Invite someone. Okay, let's rub mind together to help each other because I'm learning from you people. Okay, I'm not just up here, I'm also learning from you people. Blessed week ahead. The same to you, sis. So, love you guys, and I'm going to catch you guys on my next Sunday live. God bless you all. Bye. My kids are crying already.